talkSPORT Sports Update powered by the Nissan Van range. Commercial vehicles built around your business. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Good afternoon, here are your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobbs. Leroy Rosenior's talking positives from the Carabao Cup defeat to Arsenal. He's pointed to energy, attitude, intensity and attitude again shown by his Chelsea players. Simon Jordan says they're light years behind Arsenal right now.
If you look at that Chelsea side, there's nothing about it that gives you the feeling that they've got steel and resilience and resolve. They've got good players and they can hone that into a good side if they get the blend right. But I think Enzo Fernandez is becoming part of a mature part of Chelsea.
Now, Gus Poyet's told us the senior Spurs players have to get together to take responsibility for their poor run of form.
I think life at Tottenham, as a Tottenham player, is too easy. You cannot be so good to win a European competition and finish 17th in the league because something is not right there.
Thomas Frank's under serious pressure ahead of the West Ham game on Saturday, in which Conor Gallagher may well feature, but Poyet says currently there's a lack of on-pitch leadership at Spurs. We understand Chelsea have rejected an approach from West Ham to sign goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen. The Hammers also have City Stefan Ortega on their radar. Meanwhile, Facundo Buonanotte is terminating his loan at Chelsea to join Leeds. The Argentine has made just one Premier League appearance since joining in the summer. Elsewhere, pressure continues to grow on the Birmingham police chief who banned Maccabi Tel Aviv fans from Villa Park in November. Senior Government Minister Wes Streeting says he'd be horrified if Craig Guilford's still in position at the end of today. He said the ban wasn't political, but a report found the risk posed by Israeli supporters had been exaggerated and the local threat was played down. And out of favour England off-spinner Shoaib Bashir has joined Derbyshire on a 2-year deal after his Somerset contract expired. Bashir wasn't picked to play a single Ashes test after the management seemingly lost confidence in his abilities. There's more on talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Kemi Badenoch has fired Robert Jenrick from the Conservative Party, and after widespread backlash, X has blocked Grok from being able to create images of real people in revealing clothing. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Across northern areas, a mix of sunshine and showers. Further south, cloud and rain, heavy at times, gradually spreading north. Winds strengthening later across the southeast.
This is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. After 20-odd years of doing this, I've just been sitting here chatting with Charlie off air and completely forgot to put my earphones in. So I'll do that, Charlie.
Don't worry about it.
When the camera cuts to you.
You don't need to listen to it because you are it.
Well, yeah. Well, did you say that?
So you are doing it, so you don't actually need to hear it or listen. Anyway.
It's another busy show, isn't it, Charlie?
Yes, what's coming up over the next 3 hours? I'll just do your bit. What's coming over the next 3 hours, Charlie? I don't know. What's coming up over the next 3 hours?
Yeah.
Former Chelsea defender Mario Melchiot looks back on last night's game with Arsenal. We'll explore the insidious side of illegal streaming. And Spanish football expert Terry Gibson on Real Madrid's Macclesfield moment.
Yeah, another great start for Arbeloa. Charlie's choice today is the highly niche, even by his standards, footballers on the escalator.
Yeah, lovely.
We have got one to kick you off. Virgin Radio's very own Joe's a Macclesfield fan, had an encounter at the weekend. A listener suggestion that we'll run past you in a moment.
Very good.
ChatGPT gets national leagued and will encourage you to try your hand at electric polo.
Yes, all this, plus Spurs fan and writer of new Dawn French sitcom Can You Keep a Secret? Simon Mayhew Archer pops into the studio, and we'll go head-to-head once again in a waste of half an hour, the birthday spread.
That's right, and we'll hear an excerpt of an exclusive interview with the Chelsea manager's dad, which was conducted by the National Obsession non-league podcast, Charlie Baker and John Callaghan. You got some great stuff out of Leroy, didn't you?
What a guy Leroy is. Such a good vibes man, a golden man. You know, just a good talker, knows about football. He was brilliant for us at Torquay. Torquay's greatest ever manager. And, we'll talk about it later.
We will, we'll play you a little clip of him.
Matt's been in touch already, Paul, on 81089. Afternoon, gents. Luke Littler is playing Paul Lim today. And it got me thinking, in what other professional sport would an 18-year-old go head-to-head with a 73-year-old?
That's good, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it? Maybe bowls? I don't know.
There can't be many. I think I've mentioned on the show before, a mate of mine who was then in his late 20s.
Yeah.
Went along to play squash at his local club.
Yeah.
And his partner hadn't turned up. And there was another guy there whose a partner had not turned up. So my mate Mike said, do you fancy a game? And the guy said, yeah, okay. He said he looked a bit old.
Okay, yeah.
He said he's probably like late 50s, maybe early 60s. Right. But he said, it's a game. At least we'll both get a game. He said it was then I realised, he looked familiar, and I realised it was Leonard Rossiter.
Oh, my God. He was famously a brilliant squash player.
Absolutely wiped the floor with him.
Wowee.
Gave him the run around, and
Fantastic.
He said, thank you for the game. He didn't go full Rigsby. But said afterwards, but absolutely slaughtered him. So sometimes you can make a value judgment when you see you're playing against someone young or old.
You can, but in pro sport.
In pro sport. Let's widen it out to the talkSPORT listener.
Yeah.
Let's say
schooled by
whether you were schooled or not, suddenly
maybe thrashed them.
Encountering someone in the world of sport that was incredibly young or incredibly old. And how did you get on? Ideally, quite badly, because that would make a better story.
Much better story.
So Charlie said, let's do footballers on the escalator. Joe works for Virgin Radio. He's Macclesfield fan, and he lives in London, obviously. So he came back to London after the Macclesfield game, and he was on the same train as the Palace players. It was all a bit eggy. Said he saw them get off, and they all looked a bit downcast, didn't they?
Well, Paul, getting the train up shows how cocky they were. Got the train up on the same day. Took it light. Didn't stay the night before.
Did they not stay? You sure they didn't? No, you're just making this up. I bet they did. The game kicked off at sort of 12 o'clock. They did. They didn't get a train at 7:30 in the morning, did they?
This is completely shots that get fired in the non-league game. He took it light, took it easy.
But Joe did say that going back down the escalator afterwards, his path was blocked by Oliver Glasner.
Yes.
And there must have been a temptation to say, you're in the wrong position, mate, much like your back four.
You stand on the right.
Yeah.
Stand on the right, Oliver.
And he's been here long enough, hasn't he?
He should know that.
Funny, Andy saw him on the tube a little while ago. Yeah, Andy saw Oliver Glasner. That's how he rolls.
Around.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? Have you seen Oliver Glasner on public?
Have you seen Oliver Glasner on the tube? That is even more niche than the other one. Well, let's try footballers
on the escalator.
Footballers on the escalator.
Good, Paul. Have you seen a footballer on an escalator?
I'll tell you what, the thing about... I don't know if you've encountered people on the escalator. I've occasionally seen... I'm trying to think one or two people from the world of showbiz I've seen. So I'm going up the escalator or down the escalator, and they're going the other way. So, yeah, I've seen... Sometimes you catch them. And it's all right, and you often think to yourself, I haven't seen them for a while, so should I go back down again? But if they're not there, you feel
best way to see anyone. Oh yeah. Oh well, good to see you.
Exactly.
That's the best way to see anyone, isn't it? Though. So why do people who walk really slowly, Paul?
Yeah. What on the escalator if they're walking?
No. Just people who walk slowly in the street or whatever. Those idiots.
Maybe they've got some kind of condition.
Why do they walk in a row?
Okay.
Like
the swimming lanes when you go swimming.
They'll, if there's 3 or 4 of them together,
have a slow walker section.
They love walking in a row. So you can't get by them.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it. People just trudging along.
Like, I can see you're working up material for a new toy.
Speed up.
Slow
or
lanes.
Walk in single file.
Slow lanes on the
there we are
on the road. Okay,
but it did remind us, Paul, didn't it, of another format we've got going in our heads, along with Bean Island, of course, which will be on.
Why did we get talking about lifts? We got talking about
this was the format, wasn't it?
Oh
Paul?
yes,
because we said we were going to do footballers on an escalator or in a lift, but we thought, no, it's escalator. But boxing in a lift was our other format, wasn't it?
It was a really good format. You obviously got cameras in the lift.
Yeah.
The doors close. The two contestants are there. And then it's just full on. In that, and then till they get to the bottom or the top.
Yeah. We thought in the Shard it would be good.
Yeah.
It'd be good because it's obviously a very big, long lift.
And then you open the doors.
You open the doors and you see who's won.
Yeah.
And you don't watch the footage until whoever's come out the top
there's one
doors.
of them lying on the ground, the other one walks out.
Lift boxing. I know telephone boxing does exist.
Maybe Dalton Smith will be doing that with Simon on their way down in the lift in this building today.
I'd love to. Well, we'd all watch that.
Yeah.
Put that on the pay-per-view.
I think we would. Anyway, Mario Melchiot's going to kick us off. Mario, of course, the former Chelsea defender. Mario was also the subject of possibly one of the quiz answers, the worst ever quiz answers on talkSPORT in the history of talkSPORT, and that is in some rich company.
A long list.
Maybe we'll touch on, once we've revealed it to Mario, he probably is not aware of it, but it's an absolute corker. We will maybe ask you for some of the great, terrible quiz answers you've encountered or maybe come up with.
Well, that's nice, yeah.
When the pressure's on. I mean, where will we be? It's like that sort of dumb Britain thing. That
Monty Panesar is the...
Ali Ross and the I cover so brilliantly.
Yeah.
Sort of terrible, unexpected moron in the bagging area, as Ali calls it.
As the person who did answer how many people live in Truro, 1 million.
Yeah.
There's not a lot I can... not a lot I can say.
That was on Richard...
It was on House of Games, but I did win, of course, so I don't want to bring it up again.
No, okay, you did win, yeah.
I did win. Not that I would like to bring that up at all.
So Mario Melchiot kicks it off to look back on last night's game between Chelsea and Arsenal. You did feel Chelsea had to take... I think they kind of had to take a lead there.
Yeah, I think so.
Benty's worried. I've talked to him earlier on. He's not, it's a little bit of fear now because that second goal...
If Chelsea had a defence...
Yeah.
And a goalkeeper that didn't just throwing them in.
It did seem hell of a night to kind of completely change up the way the keeper works. And I could hear Danny Murphy getting a bit frustrated towards the end of the game that he wasn't being a bit more direct, certainly as they were chasing it. But anyway, we'll get Mario's take on that. Terry Gibson joins us. Albacete beat, a fair old way down League 2 in Spain. They beat Real Madrid last night. Vinny Jr. played the whole game.
Your first game.
He did put some of the kids in, but still, yeah. Not great for Arbeloa. We'll be chatting about that with Terry Gibson. And we'll look at some of the transfer stories of the day. H&B versus ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been at National League at the weekend. We'll also be chatting to the man behind the new sitcom, Can You Keep a Secret?
Yes.
Dawn French. And Charlie's missus, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels a bit nepotistic, this show today.
Yeah. Well, no, it's all right. Because...
my podcast on it, a sitcom my wife's in.
Yeah. That's true. It's all about you, isn't it? Simon Mayhew Archer he's a big Spurs fan as well. I did a Spurs podcast with him a few years
ago.
He loves he's going to pop in and see us. Tim Vickery, all the latest from Brazil. And electric polo, Roda Polo. It's called.
That looks good.
Yeah.
I like the look of that. That's the new paddle.
You strip out the horse and you bring in the electric unicycle.
Oh, the horses aren't on unicycles.
No, I'd watch that.
We all watch that.
That would be very televisual. Yes, that's all coming up. Birthday spread for you, but Mario is up next. We're here as always with our very good friends at Tool Station. Stay one step ahead, whatever the job. Next up, Tool Station. To get in touch today, talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J, or you can give us a call 0371722 3344. But there could be a live football draw in this show later on.
Paul's just come up with it. It's an excellent idea.
Leave it with us, and we may have a live draw for you later on in the show. But let's reflect last night on the game between Chelsea and Arsenal. 3-2 win for the Gooners at the Bridge. Leroy Rosenior, the new Chelsea manager, spoke to talkSPORT after the game. Refused to blame his keeper, Robert Sanchez, for a couple of ricks, let's be honest.
No, there's no blame. By the way, he makes a world-class save at 3-1 to keep us in this. There's always positives and negatives to everyone's performance. I'm not someone to blame individuals. I'm actually here to help and improve them. I've been here for 6 days. It's a big ask for these players, what I'm asking them to do. It is different to what they're used to. And I have to take accountability for my players' performance. That's on me. We will improve. We will improve our understanding of what I want. And there are a lot of positives in terms of the players' performance. And we need to take those aspects into the next game.
Yeah, some frustration with Danny Murphy, who was on co-commentary last night with Sam Matterface. It's certainly in the latter stages of the game where they were still playing fairly slowly out the back and horseshoeing it back to Sanchez when they were chasing a goal with 3 or 4 minutes left in injury time.
They were working hard, though. They looked like they were working hard. That midfield's brilliant.
The Garnacho performance was very encouraging when he came on. Let's get the thoughts of a former Chelsea defender. Mario Melchiot joins us now. Hi, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, good, thank you. Nice to speak to you.
It's a tough assignment, isn't it? I've been barring Charlton at the weekend, which was a fairly easy introduction with respect to Charlton to the job. This was always going to be tough for Leroy Rosenior, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, we all know, you understand, in the Premier League, you need time, you don't get time. But this is the way it is. You understand, he has his way that he wants to play. He highlighted it himself, that he said, like, there's a lot of changes I expect. I demand a lot from the guys. I want them to think different and act different. But in that situation, because they worked so hard on understanding the prior coach to how he wanted to play, Maresca, and now he comes in line, he has another philosophy. For example, like if you look at some parts in the game, you saw your goalkeeper becomes almost like a center half. Come on, if you go back to history... There was one thing that would not happen in England a lot, but he wants that because he wants to create an extra opponent in his team so that it becomes harder for extra man in his team, that it becomes harder for the opponents to stop him.
When you're playing in a game, and look, the second goal, Sanchez will feel bad about. It must be difficult when your goalkeeper makes a mistake like that. I suppose you want to pick him up. It's counterproductive to have a go at him, but it can't be easy from a defender's point of view when effectively it does come down to a bit of mishandling like that.
But you look, guys, you know how football works, right? When your goalkeeper makes a mistake like that, I don't think always screaming at him or telling him something. Sometimes you just give him the look. When you look at a player, you don't need to say things. This is like when you play professional football, we go for the looks. When you play, like with all the respect, don't get me wrong, because I started there too, you do more shouting. Because sometimes you also have to remember, in the stadium, the players don't always hear each other. Yeah. So sometimes I just give you the look and the saying like, what are you doing, dude? And you know it then. Then it's enough. Yeah. Because then later on, let's say something happens in the dressing room, maybe we bring out the situation. Yeah, then it becomes more passion behind it. But you don't want to be in the open, be the guy in the team that's always the guy that's screaming and shouting and showing the bad side. No, I don't want that. And I'm happy that the coach didn't do that, because if your coach starts doing that, that's where players are losing trust in coaches.
Did you ever practice the look in the mirror, Mario? So you got it right, like Zoolander? Did you?
Trust me, my mom gave me enough looks. I didn't need to have, I had no practicing going on. She gave me enough looks. Sometimes when when you know you're going to get it, she says, I'm not going to give it to you today, but I'm going to give you the look. Then okay, Mom, I'm going to corner. I'll be quiet.
That's it. So he perfected his mum's look, and that's fantastic. That's really good.
It's a young team, Mario. There's not massive experience in the team. When you're an experienced player, how long do you give a new sort of fresh-faced manager to show their worth?
It's built on trust. I understand, and I totally agree with you, because you're going to test him, and it's going to come down to the manager. It's like anything. We both are we all are grown-ups, and you know how kids are. We were kids. You have your own. So you look at them. You understand, and saying like. You're going to test him like give an example. When he stands in front of the team and things go bad or good, you want him to have the solutions. The moment when you don't feel like he has solutions or clear objectives, that's when we start questioning him. And I don't think this is the part. We're talking about something that is not there. So I don't want to bring it in the open and people start thinking about it. No, it's not there. He just started. This is what is his second game. So there's nothing like that. The only thing is going to be that making sure that what he wants to achieve, his philosophy is going to work on the team and the players. He wants to play beautiful football. He wants to play risky football. He just have to make sure, like you guys highlighted, you understand, the second goal, but the Supermandy goal too. There was a gap in the middle. You cannot have that much time on the outside the box to control the ball 2 or 3 times and to set up your strike, and then you put it in the corner that easy. No, where's your midfield? You need to make sure that against a team that is arguably one of the best teams at the moment in the Premier League, you cannot afford not to have a midfield standing there and making sure you make it hard for him.
Do you give Chelsea a chance in the second leg, Mario? Because, I mean, you did feel they maybe needed to take a narrow lead to the Emirates, but I mean, that second goal has made it interesting. They will have players back, Reece James and Caicedo and Cole Palmer. That will make a big difference in the second. And an early goal could rattle Arsenal. Who knows?
Yes. No, definitely. I think they have the chance of the possibilities. You understand, to push through. It's not going to be easy because Arsenal is clearly, we all know that. We should not lie about it. Is clearly one of the favorites in this league and in this season. I think, the way they play. You saw the Saka situation with, Cucurella.
Yeah.
The game prior when Arsenal came, Cucurella played really well. Saka now, this is just how football is. When you're in a top team, you're going to watch that play, you're going to say, hey, the battle is on. So now the battle is going to be on again because Cucurella is going to go there. He wants to bring the battle again to Saka and say like, hey, you kind of wanted to expose me when you were at the bridge, but now I'm coming to you. I want to make sure I stop you. I'm just giving you an example. So saying that, I say like, I've never been into a game and think that I could not win it, regardless if you didn't win it. And I don't think Chelsea, with the talents they have, they don't and they should never. Because regardless of Arsenal, they also can have off days. They also can have whatever happens. The only thing you have to make sure that you quiet the crowd, because that's going to be an intense game.
Do you expect incomings? Do you expect new players to come in January? Do you expect them to back him? And where do you think maybe Chelsea are a little bit weaker? Where could they strengthen, Mario?
The biggest thing for me is I want to see outside guys score. So when I saw Garnacho scoring, regardless if he came on in the game, you understand, the second half, he scored 2 goals. For me, that's very important because top teams don't only as a striker. Okay, Haaland is exceptional. You know what City is doing. And we're not highlighting him because, why I'm not highlighting him? Because he's an exceptional individual. But I'm talking about team effort. If you're talking about team effort, you need your forwards to be dangerous. As soon as you watch a team that is exceptional, you have wingers that contribute to assists and goals. And when Chelsea start doing that, it becomes, really, really dangerous. That's why I was impressed with last night was Esteval played a very good game. But if you're going to talk about players to be added to, no, I think they need to work on making sure that every individual understands the coach and what he wants and making sure that they deliver what he needs so the team can win. If you're going to add more names to the group, guys, you also have to be careful sometimes. If you put too much spices in the pan, it doesn't always taste that good.
Yeah. Just before we let you go, Mario, I maintain that you were the subject of one of the worst quiz answers we ever had on talkSPORT. We had a
perfect. I'm not good at it.
No, it was a quiz against the clock, and we had a listener called Milton come on, and the question was, from which club did Mario Melchiot join Chelsea? And Milton said Denmark.
Denmark. I don't even speak Danish.
No.
That's cool.
Unbelievable.
Which is wrong on so many levels. But I've never forgotten.
He panicked.
He panicked.
He panicked.
Just for the and it was Ajax, of course, in case you were wondering. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Good to talk to you, Mario.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Mario.
it.
Hey, good seeing you guys. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon.
There we are. That's Mario Melchiot, there, the former Chelsea defender, reflecting on last night. You do feel, first goal will be important. You do feel Arsenal have enough, won't they?
I thought it was
in the second leg.
I thought it was good that Chelsea for Liam, Super Liam, that he got the team goals through a substitution that he'd made, through a decision that he'd made. So it looked like he's going to. And Garnacho looked good when he came on. He looked really lively.
He's playing. Any doubt that he might be playing for the manager was certainly not in question.
They've got 8 keepers or something, haven't they? Chelsea.
Yeah, so quite a few of them are out on loan.
Yeah, and you think you could find.
Well, I mean, it was a great. I mean, the one with the stop with his foot, Sanchez, was a great.
But you need, you need the basics done.
Well done to Adam Hurrey from Football Cliches.
Yeah.
On the front, because Liam Rosenior was on the front of the Chelsea programme last night, kind of in his civvies, looking down the camera, smiling, a bit soft focus, sitting at a desk. Yeah. And Adam said, "Why is Liam Rosenior about to offer a small business loan at a very competitive rate?" It does, It does really look
a touch of it, yeah.
It does look like that. And anyway, we're going to hear from his dad later on via the National Obsession podcast, who interviewed him and got a very interesting anecdote about Liam in his youth when he had to go and slum it with Torquay. More on that later on in the show.
There's something wrong with the culture at Spurs, and the senior players must take responsibility for their poor run of form. That's according to former Tottenham player and coach Gus Poyet.
I think life at Tottenham, as a Tottenham player, is too easy. You cannot be so good to win a European competition and finish 17th in the league.
Well, Spurs have appointed Carlos Rafael Mawson, known as Rafi, as Director of Football Operations. Now, Liam Rosenior has put Robert Sanchez's mistakes down to how he's asking his Chelsea keeper to play. Meanwhile, former Blues defender Scott Minto has given his verdict on the new boss.
I do understand the Chelsea fans of saying, perhaps his CV hasn't justified being a Chelsea manager, but we live in different times now, and all I would ask for is give him a chance.
We understand Sir Jim Ratcliffe and owners Joel and Avram Glazer are all in Manchester to show Michael Carrick's support. His first game in charge of Man United is home to City this Saturday lunchtime. That's live on talkSPORT. But former England assistant Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank says the perfect permanent manager at Old Trafford is actually Gareth Southgate.
Because he is good with the press, he's good with the players, he's good with young players. He knows the game inside and out.
And out of favour, England off-spinner Shoaib Bashir has joined Derbyshire on a 2-year deal.
Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Before we chat Real Madrid and their Macclesfield moment, after we heard the travel earlier on, Leicester Forest Services came up, and I said to Charlie, wouldn't it be great if there was like a big five-a-side competition, a football competition between all the services?
Oh yeah, lovely. We all like that. The Service Station League, Paul.
Do you think? I think a cup would be good.
A cup? We're going to do? Yeah, cup. Yeah,
I think a cup,
knockout cup.
We were thinking of
20 teams.
16. I think make it.
Okay,
easy.
Charnock, Richard. Should we write them down?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Do it. Yeah.
Well, ask the listeners for some of their favourites.
Yeah, okay. First 16 gets in.
And imagine the songs amongst the fans.
I mean, like Lee Delamere.
And all the bants where you go along and watch your team play and they lose 5-0 and the fans are saying, yeah, mate, when you've got a Burger King and an M&S, come back and take the mickey. Yeah.
I've always
You'll never sing that.
Lee Delamere and Taunton Dean sound like the two lads who used to beat me up at school.
Yeah. Both got expelled.
Yeah.
Let's have your best 16. We'll have a draw later.
First 16... just
a bit of fun,
service stations, and we'll draw the cup later on. Lovely.
Not like there's much happening, the transfer window and everything else. But anyway, we spoke to Ramon Calderon the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Myself and Andy, the former president of Real Madrid. And he believes every Real Madrid manager will have to deal with the issue of player power at the club.
I think it was a bad reaction of the players, leading by Mbappe. It was a pity because the coach wanted to be there. He wanted to honor the champions. I think it's something important in sport to do that, to behave like that, to accept the defeat. Is one other way of winning is to accept the defeats and honor the champion. And maybe Xavi knew at that moment that he hadn't the authority to be in charge and that the president wasn't going to back him as he did. He did previously. That he didn't, as I said, back him when Vinicius didn't apologize to him for a bad behavior.
Well, they would have been hoping for a bit of new manager uplift after the sacking of Xavi Alonso at the weekend. Alvaro Arbeloa, a former player, of course, who'd been looking after the Real Madrid B team, has stepped up. And they lost in the Cup last night to Albacete, who are a fair old way down League Two themselves.
Does this happen a lot in the Copa del Rey, Paul? Is it a Spanish...
You do get shocks, but having said that, I mean,
magic of the Cup.
He played some of the lads that he knew from the B team, but there was Valverde, Huyson, there was Ardegula, Vinny Jr. played the whole game. Mastantuono played, Franco Mastantuono. So it was a strong side. Let's chat now to Terry Gibson, former Spurs Cov, Wimbledon and Manchester United striker and Spanish football expert. Hi, Terry.
Good afternoon, gents. How are you?
Yeah.
Thank you,
I mean,
Terry.
look, as Andy said, it's the Cup and you do get some sort of outlier results sometimes in these Cup competitions. But this is embarrassing, isn't it?
Well, it is, and things have escalated so quickly at Real Madrid. This time last week, they were beating Atletico Madrid in the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup. Looking forward to playing Barcelona in the final. No hint of Xabi Alonso leaving in the next few days. Their performance against Barcelona in the final was decent. It could have gone either way. You can look at Real Madrid's perspective and think, well, Rafinha's shot was deflected that took it past Courtois. That was the winning goal. They had chances themselves to equalise, didn't take them. And it was a spirited performance from a team that have important players missing, particularly in the defensive positions. So I thought they played for their manager last week and didn't look like there was any need for the managerial change. We saw what escalated after the game with Kylian Mbappe's behaviour. And there has been evidence throughout the season that maybe Xabi Alonso hasn't had the control over the players. And that was clearly evident in that situation. And Alvaro Arbeloa taking over it's irritated me a bit, if I'm being honest. He's been mentioned all season. Now, he's only had that job for 6 months as manager of the B team. Raul Gonzalez left the club after 6 years as B team manager because, once again, he was overlooked for the manager's job. Arbeloa comes in, and within 6 months, he was touted non-stop. Xabi Alonso was even asked during a press conference a couple of months in, do you see your job under threat from Alvaro Arbeloa, your former teammate? And it was, whoa. And I was like, and Xabi Alonso was, he was offended by that question so soon in his run.
Yeah.
And when Arbeloa got the job the other day, you have to consider what's been going on behind the backgrounds, how he's been cozying up to Florentino Perez, what made Florentino Perez choose him over Xabi Alonso. The player power issue is a thing, but that's down to the president. I mean, he's person that makes any decision at Real Madrid, and it's down to him to make sure that there isn't player power. But once the players smell that, once they sniff that from the president, that they have the power over the manager, then Xabi Alonso is probably better off out of it, to be honest.
They've not said how long he's got the job for. He's just said, I've been here for 20 years, I'll stick around as long as they want me to. But I mean, we don't know. I mean, they've not said he's interim. If he does a good job, maybe he's got a chance, because it sounds like he's a bit of a chosen one at the club, certainly with the president. But otherwise, where'd you see him? Do you see him going back to Ancelotti? We're going to have a chat with Tim Vickery later on. If he doesn't have a good World Cup, yeah, those sorts of managers that just seem to fit the club.
Yeah, Ancelotti and Zidane, they're the only two. The rest, Lopetegui didn't last long. Rafa Benitez didn't last long. Arbeloa, does it matter how long his contract is? If they lose against Levante at the weekend, then he'll be gone. It's that type of club, which does put off big name managers in going there. I mean, Jurgen Klopp is the biggest name linked with the club at the moment. It would be interesting, a similar age to Ancelotti and Zidane, and similar experience. Perhaps it needs that type rather than a yes man that's willing to be, pulled apart by Florentino Perez regarding player power, team selection. It'd be interesting to see which route they go. But I am surprised Arbeloa's got it. And I'm surprised how things have escalated so quickly at Real Madrid, in which was a season full of promise still. They had work to do in La Liga. They're 4 points behind Barcelona. And they're in a decent position in the Champions League. So to go out of the Cup, lose the Spanish Super Cup, change managers, the debut for the manager against a team that's 17th. They made 8 changes last night, Albacete, from their regular starting lineup.
I didn't know that. Wow,
because they're prioritising a game against Cadiz at the weekend because they're 1 point above relegation. They last week against Real Sociedad B team with their supposedly strongest lineup. It's brought out all the classic cup stuff. The player that scored the 2 goals last night came off the bench. It's his 22nd club. He's played in
it's great, isn't it?
Romania. I'm having to check. It's not my specialist subject. He's played in Austria, Romania and Greece, as well as a load of clubs in Spain I've never heard of. He's 32 years old, 32 years of age. The first goal scorer is 22, and he's former Real Madrid player.
Oh, wow.
Albacete 5 minutes. So all those little things come up. The manager only turned professional 2 years ago when he got this job. He's been managing loads of lower league clubs that are not professional, youth teams, reserve teams, and he's 46. So it took him to the age of 44 to actually be paid for managing a football team.
You'll be telling me they got him off Spanish CFAX next.
that never fails.
Yeah.
Would Ollie Glasner be in the running at all? Do you think, Oliver Glasner?
He should be. Yeah, I think he has the quality to manage Real Madrid. But again, we're seeing with big clubs now that the lack of authority from the manager because of the people above them.
Yeah.
It's not a number of people at Real Madrid, it's one person, Florentino Perez. He'll be irritated last night because of the fact that he'll look at the result and he'll think, why did we not take Carreras, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, Ferland Mendy, Tchouameni, Courtois? They didn't even travel last night. They weren't on the bench. Danny Ceballos, incidentally, was the only senior player left on the bench and he didn't get on. And that has led to talk today in Spain that he's heading for Aston Villa.
Oh.
So that's the reason he didn't go on last night. Aston Villa having missed out on Conor Gallagher. The talk is that Danny Ceballos is the other choice. So he didn't get off the bench last night. Carvajal came on, Alaba came on, Camavinga came on, and still 2 young midfielders came on ahead of Danny Ceballos. So if you're Florentino Perez, you're looking at him thinking, and also those players, Bellingham wants to win the Copa del Rey, and Mbappe and Rodrigo and Courtois. They're sitting at home last night thinking, we're knocked out and I've had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, not great. Just a quick one, Terry. You are a former Spurs man. They've signed Conor Gallagher. You saw a fair bit of him at Atletico. I mean, how are you feeling about that signing?
I'm excited. And I think I feel for Conor Gallagher. He went there and it's notoriously difficult for a new player to get in the team at Atletico Madrid. Simeone won't let go of Koke. And Conor Gallagher was battling for that position in central midfield. When he played, he was played out of position, so he was playing in a wider midfield role. The supporters took to him from day one. They called him the English Pitbull. We saw what Conor Gallagher does, but he was just never, unfortunately, allowed to run the games in the team and in his best position. So I think it's really important for him. I'm really hopeful that he continues the form that we saw at Atletico Madrid, but more importantly, what we saw at Palace and what we saw at Chelsea. So, yeah, he's a good player that found it, like many others have found in the past, difficult to break into Simeone's starting 11. He'd still have Diego Costa up front if he could.
The good thing about everything going on, this sort of psychodrama at Real Madrid, is good for your podcast with John Driscoll. Yeah. So just remind us of what it's called and when it comes out.
It's La Liga Weekly, El Tel and John Driscoll, and we've had a couple this week for obvious reasons because of Real Madrid. So that was the last time I was as shocked as that when a manager got the sack in Spain was when I got a phone call from talkSPORT, which I did on this occasion, and a phone call from talkSPORT saying, Terry, can you jump on? Neville was taking over at Valencia. And I thought it was Phil Neville. When I went on there, I thought it was Phil Neville because he was there as an assistant manager. And when someone said to me, Gary Neville taking over, I was like, what? And that came out of nowhere, and this Xabi Alonso second came out of nowhere. So we've always got plenty of stuff to talk about on the podcast.
It's good to know that we're always first with the breaking news.
Yeah. I had a shower the other night, and when I got out the shower, there was a phone call from talkSPORT. Before I went in the shower, I did check Xabi Alonso, check the update. I was 10 minutes in the shower, and when I come out, he'd gone.
Oh. Basically, every time Terry has a shower, manager gets sacked.
Well, there's so many managers.
Keep out the shower, Terry. Cheers, thanks very much. All the best.
Pleasure, boys. Thank you.
Terry Gibson, their Spanish football expert. Ben Jacobs, we'll pick up that Dani Ceballos. That would be a good signing for Villa. Interesting. We'll get Ben Jacobs' take on that and some of the other big transfer stories of the day. Just to let you know, the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily podcast available now. Flex and Dan Bardell will be looking at why managers are finding it so difficult to succeed at big clubs in modern-day football. Real Madrid, Chelsea, Manchester United have all sacked managers recently. If you want to hear more, then the talkSPORT Daily is available on all podcast platforms now.
transfer window. Breaking news on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Tackle your self-assessment with Intuit QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Yes, time for a transfer update now, thanks to Intuit QuickBooks. And we're going to kick off with Ben Jacobs now, picking up what Terry Gibson's just been discussing. Good afternoon, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Terry's just hit us with this story about Dani Ceballos. He was on the bench last night in that defeat to Albacete for Real Madrid. And there's a strong word over in Spain that he could be off to Villa. What have you been hearing?
Yeah, I think Aston Villa are definitely in the market for that kind of profile. And there was actually an initial inquiry for the player that took place last year. The challenge is getting a club-to-club agreement, and it remains to be seen, therefore, whether anything is possible in the coming days or weeks. But Villa are definitely one of the clubs that are interested. And of course, from Villa's perspective, Daniel Mallion going off to Roma, 2 million plus 25 million obligation to buy, technically conditional obligation, but the terms are relatively easily achieved. So Villa can budget to spend that money. And remember, the only backhanded positive of the Harvey Elliott being frozen out at Villa Park is the obligation to buy just 10 appearances was seen at the time as so easy to trigger that Villa on their books have also set aside that money. So they're not going to sign Harvey Elliott, so they can add that to their January kitty as well. Tammy Abraham is the other name we need to keep a really close eye on in all of this. Villa, naturally, in doing the Malin deal, had spoken to Roma, but because he's on loan at Besiktas and they've got an option to buy for about £11 million, Villa actually have to negotiate with Besiktas first. And if they can agree a wage and a package with Abraham and he's open to returning to the Premier League, it's then all about first Villa and Besiktas, followed by Villa and Roma. But the Villa-Roma part is easy enough because Roma are ballpark-wise prepared to honour the same option to buy that Besiktas have. But first they've got to find a way to get Abraham out of the club mid-season. So keep an eye on Villa. They are going to be busy, and it might well be that a couple of players, an attacking midfielder and a number 9, both arrive between now and the end of the winter market.
Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Facundo Buonanotte, his loan deal at Chelsea from Brighton has not really worked out. He's barely had a look in. And he seems he's off to Leeds, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. This is a done deal. Buonanotte already travelling to undergo his Leeds medical today. At the moment, I'm led to believe there's no option or obligation to buy. It's a straight loan until the end of the season. And it just suited the player and Chelsea. Now, interestingly, he played in the victory in the FA Cup over Charlton in Leroy Rosenior's first game. And Rosenior spoke quite glowingly about his role and his talents. But I think in the bigger picture, when everybody's fit, both Chelsea and the player realise that he's not going to get enough game time in the second half of the season. And this Leeds approach is not new. It's kind of undoing a Chelsea hijack. So if we go back to the summer, Leeds United had transportation ready and their medical staff on standby and thought that Buonanotte was about to board a plane to actually fly in the short journey from the south coast and do his medical. And as he was about to board the plane, Chelsea came calling, and basically Leeds got a phone call saying he's off to Chelsea instead, and all the medical staff had to stand down. So it's no real surprise now it's not worked at Stamford Bridge that this deal has been easy to facilitate because Leeds had everything in place over the summer, and now finally they get the loan over the line.
Yeah, very good. That's really good, isn't it?
Callum Wilson, Ben, and what's the latest there? It looks like he's, it's apparently Celtic seem right, and that feels like quite a good fit,
nice fit
for him and them.
Yeah, I think Celtic have made an initial inquiry to the player side only, and they're trying to establish first and foremost, is Wilson's contract going to be terminated? Because Wilson, as a free agent, still with a relatively high wage expectation is one thing, but nobody wants to actually do a deal with West Ham unless he heads into free agency. And like Mikel Antonio, if that proves to be the case, then this isn't something that has to be done imminently. Player and clubs can take their time. So West Ham and Wilson are still in talks to finalise an expected termination, but it's not 100% done yet. And then Celtic could be interested. Leicester City have also made an inquiry as well. And there remain 2 Saudi clubs, Al Ittifaq, who used to be managed by Steven Gerrard, but they would need Wilson's wage to come down slightly because they don't have big budgets. They've only got, believe it or not, about 10 million total to spend on wages and on transfer fees and on agent fees across an entire season. So it'd be a big outlay for them to get Callum Wilson. And Al Shabab, who are based in Riyadh, who have got a slightly bigger budget, they're another Saudi club to watch as well, because they made an inquiry for Callum Wilson just before he decided to go to West Ham.
Talking of Saudi, N'Golo Kante looks like he's going to be off. Fenerbahce I've seen linked. Is there any...
It's signing for someone,
any chance of him maybe coming back to the UK, you think?
Yeah, well, I can tell you West Ham made another inquiry over the summer. They actually made a formal approach to Al Ittihad, but there was no chance of getting Kante out of Saudi Arabia, and there was too little time left in the summer window for West Ham to make any serious progress. But at that point, they were prepared to pay between 15 and 20 million, which is a pretty healthy fee when you consider that Kante then had only 1 year left on his deal. Now he's got 6 months remaining and is open, to my knowledge, after meetings that actually took place in Dubai with the player camp, to leaving mid-season with a view to being back in Europe and playing regularly at the level of the Turkish Super League ahead of the World Cup. But his inclusion in the French national team is not in doubt. So if he ends up staying in Saudi Arabia, it won't really impact his World Cup chances. But I think Kante's ready to leave Saudi Arabia. Player knows he's going anywhere in the summer on a free transfer. And now it's whether Al Ittihad are going to change their position and agree something with Fenerbahce now, or insist that Kante stays between now and the end of the season. And I think at this stage, it's fair to say players open, player side's no problem. He'll even take a wage cut to join Fenerbahce. Nobody from the Premier League has countered the Fenerbahce offer to any serious degree yet, but West Ham made a call. But it's all whether Al Ittihad are prepared to sanction an exit. And as you may well know, when a big star name leaves Saudi, particularly mid-season, it's not just about what the player wants and the manager, Sergio Conceição, and even the club. There's wider PIF and league politics and approvals that are necessary. So we're going to have to wait and see a little bit as to how this one plays out. But it wouldn't at all surprise me if Kante does end up leaving this winter.
How old is he, Ben? How old is Kante now?
Well, he's in his 30s, I think.
He's still got his legs, still playing,
I think so. I mean, it's hard to tell. I think he's probably 33 or 34.
Yeah.
34, yeah.
It's always been.
Get him at Spurs, Paul.
Get him at Spurs next to Connor. That'd be great. Get everyone at Spurs.
He's like two players in one.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
And the good thing is Ittihad wear virtually the same kit as Fenerbahce, so it'd be a very easy transition. That's why I joined him. The kits were very similar.
Yeah. He is little, so, they might need a little kit.
They might need a little kit for him, yeah. Thank you, Ben. We'll catch up with
Ben.
you soon. All the best.
Cheers, guys.
Ben Jacobs with some of the latest from the transfer market.
We've had a lot of service stations coming in, Paul.
Yeah,
we're going to do a draw for that. Thank you for that, everybody.
Draw for the first ever MS Cup. It's just 16 service stations.
MSS Cup or the
Motorway Service Station Cup, the MSS
Cup.
MSS Cup, okay, that's what it's
Cup,
officially what it's called now. And as always in the draw, when you have a cup draw, there's always a little fact about each services, just to give you a little bit of interest. Well, I say that.
I wish I had my big yellow coat with me today. I could wear that like I'm an AA guy outside.
That would be good, yeah.
You got
Charlie bought a big North Face puffer, and it is yellow and black. So if he's standing outside of Motorway Services waiting for his wife and kids to come out, people often come up and say, "No, thanks, mate. I'm with the RS.
I'm already covered. Thank you.
I'm with green flag." Never said a word, mate. What are you talking about?
Not doing anything. What are you about?
We're going to be talking about electric polo later on. We've got H&B versus Chat GPT, and we're joined by Simon Mayhew Archer. He's the man behind the writer of the new Dawn French sitcom, Can You Keep a Secret? He's a big Spurs fan as well. He's popping in to see us this afternoon.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range. Commercial vehicles that go the distance for your business. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van centre.
Leroy Rosenior was quick to claim that he, as the head coach, should take tactical responsibility for Robert Sanchez's 2 decisive errors against Arsenal last night. Mario Melchiot says Rosenior was right to cover for him.
But you don't want to be in the open, be the guy in the team that's always the guy that's screaming and shouting and showing the bad side. No, I don't want that. And I'm happy that the coach didn't do that, because if your coach starts doing that, that's where players are losing trust in coaches.
However, talkSPORT understands Chelsea have rejected an approach from West Ham to sign goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen. The Hammers also have Manchester City's Stefan Ortega on their radar. Meanwhile, Facundo Buonanotte is terminating his loan at Chelsea to join Leeds. The Argentine has made just 1 Premier League appearance since joining. Meanwhile, Gus Poyet has told us he thinks life at Spurs is clearly too comfy for the senior players and has called for them to step up their leadership.
You listen to the coach, the basics, and then you play the game. You make decisions, depending on how you feel, depending on what you did at the moment. And we're losing that kind of leaders on the pitch to make the team react and do things that you need at that moment in time.
It's ahead of a simply must-win for Thomas Frank against West Ham on Saturday, a game in which Conor Gallagher could make his Spurs debut. Andy Robertson says his future remains unclear with 5 months left on his contract at Anfield. He's currently second choice behind the developing Milos Kerkez. Cricket Sher Bashir has left Somerset to sign for Derbyshire on a 2-year deal, and Sale Sharks have signed 77-cap Wales tight head Thomas Francis on a 2-year deal from the start of next season. The former Exeter and Ospreys forward currently plays for French side Provence.
talkSPORT News.
Kemi Badenoch has sacked Robert Jenrick, and Sakir Starmer says he's glad X has banned Grok from being able to undress images of real people. More from the news team at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With expert technicians in all our centres across the country, we'll keep your car's inbuilt safety tech in top condition this winter. Book today at quickfit.com.
A mix of sunshine and showers across northern areas. Further south, cloud and rain, heavy at times, gradually spreading north. Winds strengthening later across the southeast.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Still to come this afternoon, Simon Mayhew Archer, writer, producer, Spurs fan. He's behind the new sitcom Can You Keep a Secret? Getting great reviews on the feed.
He's heavily involved in This Country as well, Paul.
Yeah,
Simon
he was, that's right.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of that, you might like it too. Yeah.
And he's, we'll talk a bit of football. He'll be joining us. Tim Vickery will be joining us as well, with all the latest from South America. And yes, the insidious side of illegal streaming, a story I wasn't aware of until Matt Hughes wrote about it today in The Guardian, so we'll be chatting to him a little bit later on. But before all that, it's H&B versus ChatGPT.
H&B versus ChatGPT.
H&B versus ChatGPT, a very simple game in which we take on the knower of all things, the thing that just learns and learns and learns.
The internet, Paul. The internet, the computer, whatever you want to call it.
Football predictions against the knower of all things, ChatGPT. Your version of ChatGPT has got quite a kind of fruity continuity announcer voice.
Yeah, lovely voice.
Most people's.
Lovely voice, yeah.
Ours hasn't. Ours, we didn't have the budget for him or her. And we've got a slightly shonkier version, but they have their own.
Oh, they have their charm, Paul.
They have their own.
They're very charming.
So
when the voice changed the other week, people were up in arms.
They didn't like it.
Did not like when it went Irish.
It went Irish, yeah.
For a bit.
Yeah, they didn't. They prefer our old mate, Mr. Speak and Spell 1984.
He appears to be Dutch, but we'll see.
Yeah. Chat, what have you been up to this week?
I went to watch Torquay play the Beavers on Saturday, Charles.
Oh, right. It was Torquay, Hampden and Richmond on Saturday.
The Beavers,
Paul. Yeah. You went down, did you? You went playing more, that's nice.
You've got a thing about the Beavers, haven't you?
I love the Beavers.
Oh, right, that's nice.
So what happened, Chat, in the game?
The Beavers were unlucky in a narrow 4-1 defeat.
Oh, yeah, 4-1 defeat. Tonked them, you Paul. Tonked them 4-1. Beautiful goals. Yeah. If you Google the goals from Saturday's game, each one better than the last.
Really?
Brilliant, yeah,
okay.
brilliant.
Well, Chat, what did you make of it?
The Gulls were lucky, Charles, for tap-ins, one worldie.
Oh, right, that's
One worldie, okay,
one
tap-ins.
worldie,
Yeah.
four tap-ins, one
Did you see
worldie.
any of Charlie's mates while you were there?
I asked if anyone knew who you were in Torquay, Charles.
Oh, yeah, you asked if anyone knew who I was.
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
yeah,
yeah.
that's nice. Anyone? Yeah.
No one knew you, Charles.
No one knew you, Charles, yeah. Really? That's not good, is it?
They have not heard of you, Charles.
That's a shame.
Did you like the ground, though, chat? You enjoy the ground?
Plainmore was a dump.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Can't they? They've done it up. They've been doing it
You
up.
want to expand on that? It's not very fair.
What
is it?
else does the review say?
Crap chips,
Crap
a
chips?
terrible away day, a waste of our day.
A waste of our day.
Okay, a complete waste of a day. What'd you get up to later in the day then?
I ended up with a jackpot machine in an arcade on the front.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
She showed me her cherries.
Oh, come on now.
Nudge old jackpot.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, for goodness
ha.
sake.
Okay.
Working from the...
Anything else?
I am a player.
You're a player, are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else?
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Okay.
I love the Beavers.
Yeah, okay, chat. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay.
Great. Thank you.
I am a player.
Yeah, we get the idea. You're a player. Fruit machine in an arcade in Torquay.
She showed me her
Yeah,
cherries.
we get the
Yeah, we
idea,
got that.
Jack.
We understood it.
Or you get us taken off air.
We
So the whole point of
understood
this is we try and predict some scores. These are the standings at the moment. Charlie Baker's just a mass. I won't bother with the scoring system. Chat came up with it. It's rubbish.
I love the Beavers.
Charlie's on 10 points. ChatGPT's on 17. I find myself at the top with 23.
You should be working for Paddy Power or something, or
Well,
one of the big bookie whenever I ask you for a tip at Cheltenham, I've never seen you win one race.
I know, rubbish, absolute rubbish. It's just, I've just been lucky, I think. Let's
They
go.
have not heard of you, Charles.
Idiot, Charles. Let's get. Can we get the idea, chat? They've not heard of him. West Brom versus Borough. Let's kick that one off. talkSPORT 2 exclusive. An interesting game. I'm top, so I'll lead us off. Eric Ramsey's first game in charge.
Oh, right. Eric Ramsey sounds like he's from 1958, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he isn't.
Eric Ramsey in charge.
And here's young Eric Ramsey taking charge of the Baggies. And what a game it was.
But Eric Ramsey.
Here's Eric sharing a woodbine after the match with some of the fans. In his yeah, all right. Yeah. Eric Ramsey then, his first game in charge. A daunting prospect because Borough had a big win last time out in the league, and they'll probably have a bit too much for him. Early days, green shoots potentially. Although obviously I did like Ryan Mason. I'm going to go 1-0 Borough.
Okay.
Chat, what say you?
West Bromwich begins a new year under Eric Ramsey.
Yeah, I just said that.
Middlesbrough enters the match in second place.
Oh, yeah.
I predict a 1-1 draw.
1-0.
It's a
Okay.
1-1
Draw. Okay.
What do you reckon, Charlie?
Eric Ramsey. I don't know this. I've never heard this. First time I've ever heard
He was at
his
Manchester
name.
United. Good coach.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric Ramsey. Right. Sure. Yeah. I'm going to say Middlesbrough 2. West Brom 1. 1-2.
1-2. Fair enough. talkSPORT listeners home in the car if you want to join in with this rot.
Yep.
talkSPORT 2 exclusive. Cov versus Leicester.
Yeah.
Cov going very well at the moment.
Yeah.
I believe Leicester will give it a go.
Hot and cold, aren't they, Leicester?
Yeah, they are. I had one in the cup last week.
Yeah, beat West Brom.
Cov beaten, of course, that brilliant goal.
Yeah.
The Stoke winner was a sensation. But they'll have enough. 2-1 Cov, I'm going. What do you say, chat?
The Big M69 Derby. Expect a high-intensity match where the league leaders final get their first win of 2026. Coventry City 2, Leicester 1.
Okay.
I am a player.
You are a player, yeah, very much so. What do you think, Charlie?
He's chatty this week, isn't
He is, yeah.
Coventry Leicester. I think it's going to be a draw. 1-1.
1-1, okay.
1-1.
talkSPORT listening home in the car. Finally, Southampton versus Hull. Maybe a bit of a morale-boosting win for Saints in the Cup. Is that going to be enough? Hull going well. I'll give them a draw. I'll go 1-1 between Southampton and Hull.
1-0, all right, yeah.
Chat, What do you say?
This is a grind-it-out game. Hull's extensive injury list, and Southampton are due a win to break their 7-game drought. 1-0 win for the Saints.
1-0 Saints and Charlie Baker.
I think that Hull will win this 3-1.
Yeah, be a small surprise. But anyway, 3-1. TalkSPORT listeners in the car. There we are. Thank you, chat. Thank you for your input
very
today.
much, chat.
Try and lay off those gags if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
We'll catch up with you next
stuff.
Catch up with
I
you.
love the Beavers.
He loves the Beavers.
I am a player.
Okay, yeah.
H&B versus Chat GPT back around the same time next week. So, Charlie and our old producer, John Cadigan, now 300 editions.
300 episodes of rubbish, Paul, about the National League.
I love it. It's a great listen.
The National League and the National League South, not much football. Football is talked about in a general way.
And to celebrate the 300th edition, you invited an old pal, Leroy Rosenior, to
the
join
GOAT of Torquay manager, the greatest of all time Torquay manager, Leroy Rosenior, who was our manager in the early 2000s and took us to promotion to our highest ever league that we've been in, which was at the time League One.
Well, it was a really interesting chat, and you put a bit out, and I thought it'd be worth playing because it ties in. Obviously, his son Liam is now the Chelsea manager, and he reflected, didn't he, Charlie, on the time when
Liam came to play for us. Yeah. When he was 19.
Interesting stuff. Let's listen to a little bit.
I knew Liam was at Fulham. I knew he absolutely understood everything that I wanted to do. I had to kind of knock him down a little bit. He came and lived with me because there's no hotel budget. He lived with me. I drove him into the training ground. I think this might have been after his debut because, again, he got loads of plaudits for that and brilliant. But he technically wasn't as good as the rest of the players because they never worked on it. And so I drove him in the training ground, and then I got Alex Russell to say, could you get Liam to come into my office? And Liam came to my office, and I told him he was dropped for the game the next day. And he said, why don't you tell me at home? He said, because I'm going to treat you exactly the same as all the rest of the players. And I wouldn't tell them, I don't drive them into work, and I would tell them in my office at the training ground. And it was to send a message that standards. And after 20 minutes, we're 2-0 down against you over us. Up we get, and we drew 2-2. And then from that moment on, I had him. I knew that he would come in and train as hard as everybody else trained.
See, the dad's tough love. That's what shaped him as a man. That's great, isn't it? That's a really good story.
That was the mark of the man with Leroy as well, that he knew that he had to separate the parenting from being his boss. Alex Russell, by the way, you mentioned there. What a player Alex Russell was. Wow. How we ever had him, I've no idea.
So the full interview is on the National Obsession podcast.
Thank you, Paul, yes.
And you can get that wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, Not a Talkie podcast.
And the other 299 are available to listen to.
They are. They're daft. Yeah. 299, but they are. They are about being a football fan, basically.
Absolutely. It's good listen. It's fun. Yes, get in touch this afternoon. TalkSport.com. Text 81089, tweet TSH and J. Yes, the even more insidious side of illegal streaming we'll be discussing in the next half hour. We're here with our very good friends at Tool Station. Gear up for those darker nights with electrical and lighting offers. Next stop, Tool Station.
Weekend Preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Yes, time to talk racing now. Ryan McHugh joins us from Paddy Power. Got all the latest news and odds. Good afternoon, Ryan.
Yeah, good afternoon, lads. Hope you're both keeping well.
Yeah, we're not too bad, Ryan. So let's see if we can find some winners for the weekend. What do you fancy?
Yeah, so 7 races on ITV this Saturday coming from both Haydock and Ascot, lads. Top quality action at Ascot, so we'll start there. The Grade 1 Clarence House takes place at 3:30. It's all about Ilate Tomp in that one, 8-13 with ourselves. He's second in the market for the champion chase, just behind Marine Nationale at the moment, but this looks a good stepping stone en route to that. John Bon, next in at 4-1, has failed to win in his 2 starts this season. Maybe age is catching up on him. He's now a 10-year-old. Harry Cobden takes the ride there, interestingly. News broke during the week that he will ride for JP McManus as number 1 rider next season, but he takes the ride on John Bon on Saturday. Sticking with Ascot, the 240 is a mare's Grade 2 contest. I like La Conquiere in here. Nurse Susan is the 13-8 favourite at the moment, but dropping back in trip is a negative for her, I thought. So La Conquiere, on the other hand, looks to be very well suited by this trip, lads, and she's a lot less exposed than her main rival, so there should be more to come from her. Over at Haydock, we get to see Cheltenham novice hurdle fancy Old Park Star in the Rossington Main at 125. He's another odds-on chance at 4-6. Plenty of short price favourites this weekend, but Hurricane Pat was impressive at Sandown on his last 2 starts, so he'll give him plenty to think about. It is a race I'm looking forward to watching. I won't be having a bet in it, as 4-6 and 2-1. I think the prices are about right at the moment in that. And finally, the Peter Marsh chase at 2 o'clock. Only 7 go to post here, but it is very competitive. We're paying an extra place on Paddy Power Online, 3 places instead of 2. The one I like is Confusion, who's on a real upward curve of late. Although the handicapper did have a say last time, he's raised him £9 for that win at Wetherby. It's hard to know where the improvement will stop, so at around 5-2, I thought Confusion was one that could continue his good run this season. But some real good action this weekend, lads. As I said, highlighted by that Grade 1 Clarence House at Ascot at 3:30 on Saturday.
Nice one. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Cheers, lads.
Remember, if you want to keep up with all the latest racing news, Paddy Power from the Horse's Mouth podcast is available every week, and you can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Weekend Preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Now, it would seem despite their best efforts, the sporting authorities are losing the battle, and the broadcasters are losing the battle to stop illegal streaming of sports events in this country.
Yeah.
It's doubled, apparently, in the last 3 years to 3.6 billion, a new report says. Writing about it today, and another insidious aspect of that world is Matt Hughes in The Guardian. Good afternoon, Matt.
Evening, chaps. Afternoon, chaps, sorry.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, look, they're fighting so hard on this because it's lost revenue, but it is so difficult. It seems that at the moment they're not getting anywhere close to stamping it out or reducing it.
It's lost revenue, and significantly in this report from the Campaign for Fair Gambling that I've written about today, it's also exposing customers to all sorts of other harms and potential social ills. The report sets out for the first time, I think, the clear overlap between illegal streaming and illegal gambling.
Yeah.
And basically, the adverts of black market bookies are funding these streams, and it means not only do the sports and the leagues and the governing bodies lose 2 sources of income potentially, the TV rights and the gambling sponsorships, it also exposes customers to bets that they perhaps shouldn't be making. Gamblers that have been self-excluded because they've lost too much money or they're addicted, they can get on the black market. So it's a real problem in many areas.
That's the worry, isn't it? They're really the fact that it is so insidious because they are targeting people that are vulnerable. That people maybe that the bookies, Gamble Aware have said, don't do this, don't gamble. They've been they're not able to gamble elsewhere, so they've kind of gone underground, which is not great.
Yeah, they're targeting people who won't be able to bet and have actually volunteered in many cases. They've they've said they've self-excluded, so they've taken themselves away from the the high street bookies and the online operators that are licensed, that advertise on talkSPORT and throughout the media. These offshore companies, there's no rules with them. Also, they don't pay any tax in this country, so they're just sort of taking without ever putting anything back in.
A listener's been in touch on the text board. I'm not going to say his name because I'm not a grass, but on illegal streaming, most games are not on UK TV. It's not about cost. I'd pay whatever. I cannot watch it legally. What choice do I have? I suppose that is also to do with the 3 p.m. Blackout on a Saturday, which I agree with. Being a lower league fan, I agree that that should exist. But people want to watch football and they can't legally, so that's why they're turning to it illegally, because that is there, isn't it? That technology is there.
I mean, that is an argument you hear, and people say it, that they probably believe it.
Oh. I think we've lost you, Matt. We've lost your sound. We could see you, but we can't.
Hear you while you're back.
I think you're back.
I'm back. Just saying, that's an argument you do hear. I'm not convinced of its truth. Frankly, this year we've got 380 Premier League games, 270 of them are live on TV in the UK. That is a lot of football. There are, I think, over 1,000 EFL games on this season. That's a lot of football.
Yeah.
You have to be a subscriber and you've got to pay for it, but things cost money. Footballers' wages cost money, and that's how they're funded. So to say it's not available, I don't think is strictly true. Also, the Premier League have conducted a lot of research in this area, and what they found is that in reality, the biggest driver for streaming is the fact that it's free. It's not availability. It's not even price, because some streams you do have to pay a nominal £1, £2, whatever to get on. People want it because it's free, and that is it's copyright theft, and it's stealing, isn't it?
Simon Jordan often talks about his Netflix for football, and you do wonder. I mean, one of the problems that people have, and one of the other reasons they go to these hooky fire sticks, is because there's 5 or 6 different companies showing the games. From the moment they decided Sky had a monopoly and it had to be fair, up went all the prices of everybody who wanted to watch football on TV. You may need, if you want to watch all the football, you may have to have 4, 5, 6 different subscriptions. So the idea of bringing it all in-house and having a one-off payment, if you like. Do you ever see that happening, Matt?
I don't really. Simon's talked about it and made the case, but it's a huge risk from, in this case, for example, the Premier League. They're sitting on £12 billion rights deals across the next 4 years globally. You've got to sell an awful lot of Netflix, Premflix subscriptions to make that up, and you're also taking on all the production costs. So while I can see more games being live streamed direct to fans in the way that NFL do Game Pass, I think that will be an addition rather than a replacement for the traditional broadcasters.
You see it in America with NBA as well, and people just hate it because they can't even watch their own team a lot of the time where they live. They have to have a certain sort of pass to be able to watch it. They absolutely hate it. It's gone all over the place.
You can read Matt's piece today. Certainly this is pretty sinister, this illegal gambling aspect of it, which I didn't know about. But you can read Matt's piece today in The Guardian. Good to talk to you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Much.
Pleasure.
Matt Hughes there, as we said, writing in The Guardian today. Worrying stuff. Simon Mayhew Archer will join us in the studio. On a lighter note, can you keep a secret? People are raving about it on the Beeb at the moment. Dawn French, Mark Heap, very good cast.
Right.
Charlie's missus, she's in it. Sam.
She's good in it.
She was in it last night, wasn't she?
I watched her in action. Paul, she was good.
Very good West Country accent.
Oh, yeah. Where
did you coach her?
She's posh, Paul. All her tattoos are spelt right. She's posh.
Simon's going to pop in. He's a big Spurs fan, and he's the writer of the sitcom. And later on, Tim Vickery will be joining us with all the latest from South America.
There's something wrong with the culture at Spurs, and the senior players must take responsibility for their poor run of form. That's according to former Tottenham player and coach Gus Poyet.
I think life at Tottenham, as a Tottenham player, is too easy. You cannot be so good to win a European competition and finish 17th in the league.
Well, Spurs have appointed Carlos Rafael Mawson, known as Rafi, as Director of Football Operations. Now, Leroy Rosenior has put Robert Sanchez's mistakes down to how he's asking his Chelsea keeper to play. Meanwhile, former Blues defender Scott Minto has given his verdict on the new boss.
I do understand the Chelsea fans of saying, perhaps his CV hasn't justified being a Chelsea manager, but we live in different times now, and all I would ask for is give him a chance.
We understand Sir Jim Ratcliffe and owners Joel and Avram Glazer are all in Manchester to show Michael Carrick's support. His first game in charge of Man United is home to City this Saturday lunchtime. That's live on talkSPORT. But former England assistant Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank says the perfect permanent manager at Old Trafford is actually Gareth Southgate.
Because he is good with the press, he's good with the players, he's good with young players. He knows the game inside and out.
And out of favour, England off-spinner Shoaib Bashir has joined Derbyshire on a 2-year deal.
For Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
Now, our latest competition has landed. This is your chance to be at the greatest show on earth, the Super Bowl, on Sunday the 8th of February, as well as a pair of tickets for you and a mate. We're chucking in return flights to San Francisco, 3 nights accommodation and spending money, all covered. Listen up, here's how to enter, Charlie.
Yeah, for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 22nd of January 2026 at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN, W-I-N, to 83338 now.
Tim Vickery joining us a little bit later on from Rio. Before that, though, it's hard to get a sitcom away these days, to establish a sitcom, and it always helps if you get a good start and good reviews, and that is true of Can You Keep a Secret? Dawn French, Mark Heap, etc. They don't harm your chances. Fine cast. Joining us in the studio, somebody who's going to pop up in sort of Hitchcock-like cameos in it.
Oh, yes.
And also is the producer and the writer of it, Simon Mayhew Archer. Good afternoon, Simon.
Hello, Simon.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, really good welcome to see you. Well, come on, you're a Tottenham fan like me. We did a Spurs podcast a while back together, and we'll chat about that later. But first, it's a great premise. It is I mean, if you're kind of pitching it, as I'm sure you did to the Beeb, it's a pretty decent premise, isn't it? So tell us, if those who haven't seen it yet, and episode 2 went out last night, didn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Tell us about it.
So the basic premise is a son with 2 young kids. He has a difficult relationship with his mum, and his dad died unexpectedly, and he reveals to her that since his dad died, he's been depressed and been put on antidepressants. And so to cheer him up, because she feels a bit guilty, she reveals that the dad didn't really die. He's living in the loft and they took the insurance money. And then kind of hopefully the comedy that sort of spins out from that is that they don't. It hadn't really occurred to them that anyone would be particularly bothered.
Yeah. Because she makes the point that no one really knew. No one really knew who he was anyway. He never went out much.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the loft for most of the time anyway. So why not get 250 grand out of it?
Yeah.
And yeah, the line that kind of unlocked that first episode for me when I was trying to sort of write it was, "The beautiful thing about you is that you might as well have been dead for the last 30 years."
Yeah, that's what she said.
That is her attitude to her husband. Yeah.
You also deal with things like Parkinson's in it, and depression and those sort of things. And the way you deal with that with levity, but also respect, I think is really, really funny in it.
Well, that's very, very kind of you to say. And I'm, it's obviously, loosely based on my real family, my parents, and my dad does have Parkinson's, and he's given me permission to laugh about it, because when he got diagnosed, he became completely rabid about trying to be as funny as possible.
Yeah,
it made him more committed.
He's done stand-up around it, hasn't he?
He's done. Yeah. Oh my God! If you cannot get that guy not to make jokes about Parkinson's.
Yeah, and you've tried. Really, that's enough now.
I knew your dad a million years ago when I worked at the Beeb as a writer, and he was there as a producer. And I think really, Paul Mayhew Archer produced lots of great radio and telly over the years,
and wrote Vicar of Dibley.
Wrote
as well,
Vicar of Dibley, of course.
So
it comes from
a real Nepa baby, Simon.
Yeah, I know. Really well, nepotism is alive and well.
What were his notes when you gave him the pilot script then for Can You Keep a Secret?
Well, interestingly, he was a big reason why I didn't write for a long time, because when I first started out, as a 13, 14-year-old, I would make films with my mates and, silly sketches, and he would analyse them and review them as though I was pitching for like the 9 o'clock slot on Channel 4. And he'd go, "It's very self-indulgent. Nobody knows who Dave Crocker is, so that joke isn't going to really land with an audience." And so from like an early age, I had a very kind of professionalized view of comedy, and it wasn't really about like risk taking.
Yeah.
But then eventually I sort of got out of my own way and thought, I'm going to have a go at doing this. And I knew I liked the idea and I wanted to try and do it. But the big thing was sending it to him, because I knew he would be honest. He wasn't going to sort of say, "Oh yeah, it's brilliant." If he was going to give me loads of notes, I knew.
And Dawn French doesn't just do any sitcom. She must get sent stuff all the time.
I mean, you obviously would have met her when you were a kid, when you were doing Vicar of Dibley.
Yeah. Yeah, I met her for the first time when I was probably about 10. But again, it's like, it wasn't like, my dad and her had a very warm professional relationship, but it wasn't like they were sort of hanging out as friends.
No.
I mean, he was in the loft. He really has spent the last 30 years in the loft.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't as though, I knew I had to get over that fear that when that email lands in your inbox, it's like, oh God, no.
Here are the notes. Yeah.
No, it's more that like, oh no, this person has written a script.
The worst. Yeah,
it's like the worst, the only thing worse than a producer writing a script is the son of a friend writing a script. And I was ticking both those boxes.
When she said, "I like it," that must have been like winning the cup final, wasn't it?
It was. I cried. I couldn't believe it. It was like, because it was, you know how it is when you're trying to like, you have no concept of whether this is actually funny to anyone other than yourself.
Yeah.
And so then when you get that kind of
TalkSPORT text board tells me regularly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When it's not.
But
well, you get instant feedback. But when you're writing, it's like you sort of are in this siloed off little space. And so then when you get that external validation, I suppose the most important thing is you realise, okay, I'm not completely mad. Like, I've not lost it yet.
No, yeah. And I mean, it's not your first rodeo, is it? I mean, you, This Country was you a producer of
Yes
Country, which is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, if you are from a rural background, a rural upbringing, you're normally on television as a farmer or a village idiot, So to see actual,
you are available for those.
But to see actual rural life portrayed is very, very rare, and that's what This Country really did. I think that's what they
and it's because I grew up in a place called Abingdon, which is in Oxfordshire, and it's like there's such a conception of like particularly that area of the country in the Cotswolds that everybody just thinks it's like the posh sort of Jeremy Clarkson's. but there's so much deprivation and it is so sort of isolated that you do just spend a lot of time hanging around doing naff all.
Get involved in the scarecrow competition.
We should add the added complication in Can You Keep a Secret is that the son's wife is a police officer.
Yeah.
Yes. So, well, and then the further complication is that someone else in the village knows that William isn't dead and starts to blackmail him.
Don't go say anymore because she'll give it all away.
Yeah. So 2 episodes have gone out already, and it's on the iPlayer.
Complete things on the iPlayer.
Are all the episodes available, or are they drip feeding them all?
No, they're all available. And some people, I'm getting messages from people who've watched all 6 already. So.
And series 2, what's the word there?
Don't ask him that, Paul.
Well, I mean, okay.
Well, you know,
you
never ever know.
It's a triumph, love. Let's have another
12 more series. Make that police character the lead.
A little bit of news, as we said. I was a part of the Spurs Show podcast with Simon a couple of years back, and a bit of business done. Well, not coming into play. I'd be surprised if he plays. Although Johnny Heitinger has come in, formerly of.
I just saw that on the ticker.
He had a little spell here. Obviously, Ajax was his big club, but played at Fulham and at Everton as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's come in. He's obviously a bit of a relationship with. They lost Matt Wells, so I guess he's come in to take over from him. A fairly uncompromising player. He'll probably tell Paulinho he wasn't tackling quite hard enough against Villa the other day.
Yeah. We could definitely do with some aggression, I think.
Steel.
Well, Conor Gallagher, I think, is maybe a move in that direction.
Yeah.
It's interesting what you thought the other day. Gus Poyet's been on the station today saying that he thinks that a lot of the Tottenham players got it too easy in that dressing room, and the players need to get together and get themselves out of this rut. It did strike. I mean, this is not what happened, but there was a sense at half-time in that Villa game that Paulinho had staged an intervention and had gone round the dressing room and said, "We can't play this terrible football anymore. Let's just get out there and do a Harry. Let's just get out there and run about a bit. Let's get in their faces.
Yeah.
Let's make it ugly. Let's get on the front foot."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that didn't happen, but it did have a sort of vibe of that, didn't it? Really,
it did. I've lost count now. That every game I tune in, and we just start so slowly, and we knock it about. As though we're sort of...
But with no jeopardy. We knock it about. I mean, Bentancur's, you look at his pass numbers when he plays, but if you're popping it 3 yards square all the time, then you're always going to look like you've made a decent pass.
Well, and they just play it in our half, and then eventually we just lump it up the pitch and
we lump it down the channels, don't we? That's right. We get the ball, we go back and front, backwards, then we knock it up. Normally Jed Spence will knock it up the channel, and it might come with it.
You signed Conor Gallagher. That's what you've been calling for, a forward-facing midfielder.
They need more, though.
A bit more. I know you're going to need two more.
I think they need a bit more creativity.
I think they need... Yeah, they need creativity. They need a structure in that midfield because at the moment it just gets bypassed.
Yeah,
and I cannot tell you if that is planned or not planned.
Well, that'd be a hell of a plan. I mean, if the idea is that Paulinho's going to be a 6 and he's going to be an 8, I mean, but they still need maybe a little bit more creativity. Although in his final season under Poch at Chelsea, he was pretty creative. And we'll see what happens. But you do feel like they need maybe someone else, maybe a couple of players before the window closes. So.
Definitely.
And more jokes. Need more jokes. Oh, no, that's the script. This is the script. That's how you...
And you're in it. You've popped up in Can You Keep a Secret? Have you got a little cameo or not?
No.
Your dad's in it.
That's my old man.
Dad's in it. His dad's in it.
Charlie said you were in it. Oh, your dad's in it.
No, he's... he plays... he really stretched himself. Yeah. He plays an old man with Parkinson's.
Oh, right.
It's a great bit of work.
Yeah.
And that's not...
Charlie's missus is in it as well, isn't she?
And she is...
saying that, Paul.
She is magnificent.
Fantastic. There we are. Keeping it in the fan. Keep it on the payroll. Well, good to see you, Simon. Best of luck with it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, go and check it out. Can You Keep a Secret, as we said, on the iPlayer and going out every Wednesday night at, is it 9 o'clock?
After Traitors.
Quite handy having Traitors.
Yeah. Well, it's Traitors, and then I think it's Traitors.
Ed Gamble and the Traitors.
Visualised podcast.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
It's perfect, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Cheers, Simon. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
We'll be chatting to Tim Vickery over in Rio very shortly. We're here with Tool Station. Get winter ready with heating and insulation essentials. Next stop, Tool Station. Time then to head to Rio, catch up with our man on South American football, Tim Vickery. Good afternoon, Tim.
Afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, Tim. Not too bad, thank you. You can give the West Ham fans the very latest on Lucas Paquetá. Apparently he's trained today. They're still not quite sure whether he's going to play out the weekend or not, but it does seem he wants out. Tom Rennie, the one West Ham fan online, says, get the business done. I think quite a lot of West Ham fans feel, they don't want a player that maybe hasn't been quite as good in recent years as... I mean, he obviously had things on his mind, but what's the latest over there? Do you think it's happening? You think he's coming home?
Well, it looks like decision day is tomorrow, and there's a meeting between Flamengo and West Ham. He wants out for a number of reasons. I mean, that the whole accusations that, hovered over him, and he was on the move to Man City before that.
Yeah.
That ship seems to have sailed. So if that's his option, if his option may be West Ham, Tottenham Hotspur, why not go home? Why not go back to Brazil? Flamengo have money and they've got massive ambition. They want to be world champions. Now there's a Club World Cup that brings them in money and the possibility of being world champions. That's what they want to do. And in the short term, he's got to position himself for the World Cup. And this surprises West Ham fans, but he's important to Brazil. He's not necessarily in the team because Ancelotti has been going with 4 up front and just 2 in central midfield. Casemiro and Bruno Guimarães. Can you do that in the heat of the World Cup? Not sure. You might need a third man in midfield. Paquetá is first in line for that one, but his biggest rival, a fellow called Gerson, made an unwise move to Russia in the summer and has just come back. So he's in Brazil with Cruzeiro. So he's got a platform. So Paquetá is obviously thinking about his World Cup place as well. So I think the deciding thing here is because Flamengo don't want to go over 40 million and West Ham want 50 million. Now, even more important than the money, I think, to West Ham at the moment is having a player good enough to help them avoid relegation.
Yeah.
Can they bring someone in who is not a bet, who's a sure thing, who's going to help them avoid relegation? That's difficult halfway through January. Can you do that? If you keep Paquetá against his will or keep him for a few months against his will, will he throw a sulk down tools?
Yeah.
Well, he is prone to throw a sulk, but it's not in his interests because of that World Cup. He doesn't want to lose form on the way to the World Cup. So I think the key thing now, the key element is how flexible are West Ham going to be? Are they going to drop that fee, cut loose, get the money and look to spend? Or will they decide, no, the safest thing to do in our situation is keep the player and try and avoid relegation?
Yeah, that's interesting,
isn't it?
Dilemma, isn't it? Now, Bournemouth looking to do a bit of business for Rayan Vitor, Vasco da Gama. Is he the Antoine Semenyo replacement, Tim?
Yes and no. He's not direct. He's less of a winger, I think. He's less of a fly past people, but he is very promising. He was the big revelation of the Brazilian Championship last year. He's a giant figure, real strapping figure, left-footed. Been playing almost all of his football wide right, cutting in. But during the course of a very successful year, he ended up moving inside, playing at centre forward. Now, his back-to-goal game, I think, still needs a lot of work, and he's not the finished article. I would be a bit worried about him moving now. I think he probably needs a little bit more. And I know that people around him and his club coach think he probably needs a little bit more before he moves. And we've seen that the consequences of premature moves with, say, the likes of Luis Guilherme, who West Ham have just, or Vélez at Tottenham, who is now negotiating with a Brazilian club. I would be a little bit worried about him, although the promise is huge. And it seems that what Bournemouth are doing to seduce Vasco, whose financial situation is not great, is will you can retain a cut in him. So, the idea obviously is that he moves to England and he does well and he's sold on at a profit, and Vasco can keep a stake in him and participate in that profit. So we'll see if I suspect that the money will talk. If they really, really want, if Bournemouth really, really want him, I suspect the money will talk. For me, I'd just be a little bit worried it might be happening 6 months or a year too early.
Now, England fans wouldn't normally watch a Bolivian warm-up game, but they might this Sunday. Tell us why, Tim.
Yeah, it's Bolivia are playing in the playoffs. They're playing Suriname in March, and if they get through that one, they got Iraq. So it's in their interests to warm up, to have as many friendly games as possible. So they've got a couple coming up this month. Starting on Sunday, they are hosting Panama, who are one of England's World Cup opponents. It is all a little bit scratch stuff because Panama are not taking anything like their first strength side, but I think it's in England's interest just to have a look at it, just to know those Panama players who might be a little bit of a surprise to you, who might not have featured much in World Cup qualification, but could make a name for themselves now. So I think Thomas Tuchel certainly should have his eye on what's happening in Bolivia this Sunday when Panama get a game.
We're tight for time, Tim. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks,
Tim.
Tim.
Very much.
Look forward to it. Cheers.
Tim Vickery with the latest on the world of South American football. The draw for the first ever Motorway Service Station Cup.
Yes.
16 teams have entered, 16 service stations. We will bring you that draw.
Can we just say this is something we've come up with in the last 2 hours? And it's not actually real, but, if people want to get behind it.
That.
Oh, we're going to own it. Are we like Bernie Eccleston?
Yeah, I think we are.
Nice, good.
And also to come, we'll have a birthday spread for you after the sports headlines at 3.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, helping business owners to work better and live better. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
A minute past 3. Good afternoon. Here are your sports headlines. Leroy Rosenior showed dynamic decision-making when he brought on Garnacho to give Chelsea a sniff for the second leg against Arsenal. But Simon Jordan says the scale of the task to make Chelsea great again was plain to see last night.
They looked at times like they were easy to play against, easy to play through. It felt at times if Arsenal really wanted to ramp up the intensity and really go after them, they could score a goal anytime they felt like it.
We asked former defender Mario Melchiot how long a Chelsea boss gets to earn the trust of that dressing room.
When he stands in front of the team and things go bad or good, you want him to have the solutions. The moment when you don't feel like he has solutions or clear objectives, that's when we start questioning him.
We understand Chelsea have rejected an approach from West Ham to sign goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen. The Hammers also have Stefan Ortega from Man City on their radar. Facundo Buonanotte, meanwhile, is terminating his loan at Chelsea to join Leeds. Andy Robertson says his future remains unclear with 5 months left on his contract at Anfield. Tottenham have confirmed the acquisition of former Everton centre-back John Heitinga as Thomas Frank's assistant. He helped Liverpool win the league in the same role last season before being sacked by Ajax as head coach in November. And Steve Smith has surprisingly lent his support to England's refusal to play a pink ball test in the next Ashes tour down under. Australia have won all 4 pink ball tests against England, but Smith says he doesn't think one's needed in Ashes series because the attendances take care of themselves.
talkSPORT News.
Tory leader Kemi Badenoch has sacked Robert Jenrick, and Sir Keir Starmer says he's glad X has banned Grok from being able to undress images of real people. More from the news team at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Get a free vehicle safety check at all of our 600 centres nationwide to keep you safe on the road. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Across northern areas, a mix of sun and showers. Further south, cloud and rain. Heavy at times, gradually spreading north across this evening. Winds strengthening across the southeast.
Good afternoon, it's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. It's a great honour on this show over the years to have conducted some sporting draws. World Snooker Championship.
Oh, really?
Number of football things, Barry Hearn. We've been very lucky over the years.
Sure.
This feels very special. It's
Very
the
special indeed.
inaugural Motorway Service Station Cup competition. 16 motorway services taking part in the tournament.
Yeah.
We've been asked to do the draw this afternoon.
Been asked by ourselves to do the draw since we came up with it an hour and a half ago.
Well, yeah, you've ruined it.
Okay.
This is really happening. In my world, it's
I apologise, Paul. It wasn't very yes-and of me. And here we go, yes-and.
I'd like to think we've suggested this.
Yes.
So the motorway service station, and thank you very much for suggesting the service stations you felt would grace this competition.
The People's Service Station.
16 bits of paper, Charlie. You're going to be in charge of the draw this afternoon.
I am indeed, yeah. I've got the velvet bag here.
Yeah, plastic folder.
Shall we start, Paul?
We're on camera. Everybody can see it's a plastic folder. Okay, so let's have the first out the hat. Here we go.
I'm closing my eyes because it is a plastic see-through folder, so
here we
I don't know. 15, Paul.
15 is... It's Charnock Richards. Charnock Richards, 15. This wasn't just a basic shop. It offered a posh nosh experience with items like prawn cocktails. It's a glamorous outing for many families. Charnock Richard, and they will play... Who is it?
Number 9.
Number 9. Charnock Richard will play Cobham. Hosted the first wedding reception at a UK motorway service station, fulfilling a bride's dream of having a wedding at a fast food venue. Classy.
Who wouldn't dream of such a thing? Cobham Service is very good, actually.
Yeah, very good. Number 9. Here we go.
Number 4.
Yeah. Number 4 is Beaconsfield was once Britain's largest motorway service area, featuring unique offerings like a Quicksilver casino with a giant TV for sports.
As Jeff Norcott says, you can have your stag do at Beaconsfield Services.
Can you really?
Paul. You can stay there, the pub.
Beaconsfield will play
13.
13. They will play London Gateway Phoenix.
Oof.
The logistics park is huge, of course, there. Equivalent to 400 football pitches, making it Europe's largest.
Yeah, of course.
London
Yeah, very good
Gateway.
indeed.
That should be a good game. Next up...
Quite the tournament, that one. Number 2, Paul.
Yeah, number 2 is South Mims, one near me.
Oof.
Famous for being a popular meeting spot for... Steady. 90s ravers.
I'm pleased you said that.
Dubbed Base Camp, a notorious truck stop, and having multiple Starbucks. So that's number 2, South Mims.
Very nice.
They're my local team. Yeah.
We'll play number 1, Paul.
Number 1, Peas Pottage.
Ooh.
It's named after an old dish, brackets, peas pudding, linked to the area's muddy terrain and ancient roots.
There we are, very
About
nice.
that versus
I'm
Peas.
strictly ancient roots.
Yes, that's it, indeed.
The only one on the M23, of course. They're representing the M23, of
What's
course.
next up, Charlie?
7.
Okay. You're listening to TalkSPORT, by the way. Chieveley. Its 2-hour free parking status as a moto operator since 1986. Its connection to the nearby historic town of Chieveley, once home to a Knights standard. So who will Chieveley play, Charlie?
Chieveley have got number 3.
They will play Fleet, known for its unique trio of fast food giants, Burger King, KFC, McDonald's. Coexisting, apparently. Its distinctive internal bridge connecting directions. Fleet. Obviously.
You can get east to west, Paul.
You can.
But via the services, very rare.
Next up.
We'll play... that's it.
That was
16.
Chieveley versus
16 at home.
16 is Taunton Dean. While specific fun facts are scarce for Taunton Dean services, it's known as a major M5 stop between junction 25 and 26, offering 24/7 amenities like McDonald's and Costa and extensive EV charging.
Bad. It goes Taunton, Clumpton, Exeter, 3 terrible service stations in a row.
Okay.
6.
Nine.
Nine.
Oh no, we had Cobham. So it must be
9. It's 9.
No,
6.
Yeah, it must
6.
You're not going to get the gig, are you?
Orlicks of this.
Membry, they'll play Membry. Sits on a Formula World War II airfield.
Really?
Bracket Station 466 with subtle airfield clues still visible. Not that subtle. The Burger King there's a hollowed out Spitfire. If you knew that.
Hello, I'm Membry Services.
Hello, I'm Membry Services. Scramble, they say. Scramble. Or do you want poached or boiled?
Number 8, please, Paul. Number 8.
Number 8 is Weatherby. Near the Leeds training.
Good services, Weatherby.
Opened in 2008, it's a relatively modern service station. Whilst not full of quirky historical tales like some older spots, its modern design and comprehensive amenities are what makes it stand out for travellers.
It's nice to know that the production staff do have ChatGPT, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
it
good.
is.
It's good.
It is.
5.
Gloucester services.
Oh, posh.
Famous for its farm shop, local produce from within 30 miles. A living roof, this says.
Yeah, they got a living roof at Gloucester Services.
Nice,
yeah.
Architectural awards, unique charity.
Good services, Paul.
They've got to be your favourites, haven't they?
Good services.
3p from every £1 spent goes to the Gloucestershire Gateway Trust. I like the colour there, Jim.
Yeah, very nice.
I love the breeze.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Lovely stuff.
And finally,
I think I've finally got loads yet, Paul. Don't worry, we can drag this on.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, 14 is Clackett Lane services. Clackett Lane.
Clackett Lane.
The site sits on the path of a Roman road, and excavations uncovered evidence of ancient kilns and pottery production, which they're still using in one of the bakeries, I understand. Now displayed at the station. That's Clackett Lane.
12
in Norton Keynes. Hello, I'm Norton Keynes. Known for its surprisingly plush, award-winning toilets with automatic taps.
It's the M6 toll, Paul. You pay a bit extra. They're very much the Man City of.
It's got an Oderbahn scent, apparently, aiming for a premium experience. Norton Keynes. One more, then. Here we go. 11 is Newport Pagnell. 2025 marks 65 years with a massive life-size cake shaped like an Austin Morris 1100. This is all true.
Services.
Yeah, services. And finally, completing the draw.
10.
That is Heston.
Heston
Service Station.
Hello, I'm Heston Service.
This service station was famously mentioned in Gavin and Stacey, with Nessa declaring she'd stop there. A humorous nod to the familiarity despite being off their route. So there we are. There's the draw for the first.
Can you read it out, Paul? Give full
Motorway
draw.
Service Station. I can reflect on that now. This is the draw.
Full draw. Charnock Richard v Cobham.
Yeah.
Beaconsfield v London Gateway, which is the Phoenix Club, of course. South Mims v Pease Pottage.
Yeah.
Chieveley v Fleet. Taunton Dean v Membry. Weatherby v Gloucester. Clackett Lane v Norton Keynes.
Yes.
Newton Pagnell versus Heston.
Yes. Games to be played on the week commencing the 30th of January.
Oh, very good.
Actually, not true. We just made it up. But wouldn't it be a good competition?
I think they'd have to play them. Play the five-a-sides at the services.
In the
car park.
Everybody has a favourite services. So you just get behind your local. I'm saying South
your
Mims
one.
all day, but I do like what Gloucester are doing. I think that's great.
Well, I'm very disappointed. My favourite, Lee Delamere, didn't make it through.
Sorry, but I didn't. It got knocked out in the earlier rounds.
Didn't make it, Paul.
So there we are.
Disappointing.
And you thought the birthday spread was a waste of time. Coming up next, though, for goodness sake, let's have a little bit of quality. Master Tesfatsion joins us in the studio. American journalist and broadcaster, big Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Started life in American sports, writes a lot about football these days, broadcast. So Master's going to pop in and see us in the studio.
Excellent. On
a flying visit to the UK. We'll get a bit of a feel for what's going on in the States ahead of the World Cup. Birthday spread will be after that, but Master will join us next. We're here with our good friends at Tool Station. Pick up your wet weather essentials today. Next stop, Tool Station. Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker. We've got a birthday spread coming up shortly. Before that, though, on a flying visit to the UK, someone you may know from his work on Bleacher Report, has a real big online presence, is a massive football fan. He's an Arsenal fan. You can't have it all, from my point of view.
I think you can. From my point of view.
Master Tesfatsian joins us in the studio. Master, good to see you.
Likewise, I'm very impressed. You've been able to pronounce my name better than 99% of American hosts.
Oh, really?
There we are.
What do they call you then? It seems quite...
Testafani, then you can go on to other things that I can't say on here. Otherwise I'll get dumped.
Yeah. Imagine it's exciting at school.
We've just been talking a little bit of baseball off air because you started off working in American sports, but you've always been a big soccer. Let's call it soccer for the sake of things now. So you've always been a big soccer fan. Was it always Arsenal for you? Or?
Well, I mean, that's the hard part because in the same way, like American football fans in the UK, you only have so many touch points. So like when the Cowboys come to the UK, you end up finding a lot of people that are Cowboys fans. So, but obviously, Henry, the Wenger era, it was the same time that we were finally really getting a lot more games during the United Arsenal time. So you're going to find a lot of Americans that are United and Arsenal fans, and unfortunately, you'll find Tottenham fans because
that's good.
Some guy named Ted Lasso used to be a commercial.
Of course,
people of taste. That's
unfortunate.
Very useful. Yeah.
What kind of taste is that? Is it the beans and mash taste? Or is it
so it's probably a kind of the way that your career evolved.
Yeah, it started off beat writers focusing on the organizations, then focusing on the players and the player freedom movement that we saw in America that kind of drifted off globally as well. And now I'm focusing on the fans, the heartbeat of all this, the why, the reason why we do all this. And so experiencing that with American football, being from Dallas, being a huge Cowboys fan, knowing when people talk to me, they want to talk about the Cowboys. It's a representation of my identity. And so it's been dope the last couple of years, going to Newcastle, meeting Geordies, going to see Scousers in Liverpool and Everton, going around London and going around the UK. About it, but it's interesting to see each one of these cultures and everything that they have and how much they love Birmingham. You go there with it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see the different parts of the UK.
Is it a different experience if you're looking at the British football experience to what you experience in sports in the States? Is it? I mean, the States is so much bigger, isn't it? Which makes it probably more difficult to travel around and see games. But what have you noticed from looking at the kind of culture of British?
I think it's cool because I think it started off with the British expats that you would see that came to the States and the focus there. But America's a nation of immigrants, so naturally you go to a pub there. And it's a completely different experience than a pub that you find here in Europe and the UK. Where here, you're going to find people that love talking Premier League, they'll love talking the Carabao Cup, love talking Champions League. But in the States, you have no idea who you're sitting next to.
No,
So they could be a Leeds fan, they could be a Boca Juniors fan, they could be a Milani Sundowns fan, So there's so much range in that, and so you gain so many different perspectives that we end up watching Bundesliga, we watch La Liga, we watch Premier League, Serie A, in a way that I think is very unique because you find so much diversity in it.
Because that away fan culture doesn't really exist. Do you find that exciting when you...
In terms of just having its own section?
Yeah.
Bro, funny enough, I had an away ticket at Arsenal's Chelsea Stamford Bridge. That was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Yeah. Because just knowing that it's just you guys, you know what I'm saying? And you're in this together regardless of what happens. We're coming out together, we're going in there together. It's such a unique experience because, with the NFL, you can sit wherever you want, and I mean, there are some people that unfortunately get a little reckless, but it's a different experience where it just being compacted together, singing chants and
a bit more tribal.
Yeah, it is 100%. It is. But that's the beauty of it. It's a communal aspect of it.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And you say the Arsenal thing was that kind of Henry Wenger. How are you feeling as an Arsenal fan at the moment? Imagine pretty happy.
I feel good. Yeah, not so much.
You don't think they're going to blow up? You're not talking. Are you concerned or not?
No. I think when you saw the injuries that happened in the back lines with Manchester City, I think that's, even if they add Mark Gahey, I still don't know if that's going to be enough for Manchester City in terms of their back line to catch up with Arsenal. Defensively, they are the best defense in the league. We're starting to see more open play goals, particularly in the month of November from them. Kai Havertz coming back, I think, is going to be a huge asset because I think he's been absolutely underappreciated by Arsenal fans.
Confidence for Gyökeres last night.
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, Robert Sanchez gave him a gift.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't really miss, could he? He would have taken him straight off if he did. No, you're right. That's the thing. He did he got in the right place. He gambled on the fact that a mistake might be made.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but he needed that. I never never was a big Gyökeres fan, though. I will say that. I didn't think he'd be a good fit for this team, and that's what we're seeing. If anything, now I'm arguing he needs to be on the left wing when Kai Havertz comes, because when you watched him at Sporting, even when you've seen the bits and pieces that you see with Arsenal, he needs a space on the left side. He works off the left side, and he cuts in on his left foot. Yeah. And that's where we saw the banger that we saw that he scored against Leeds, is giving him those opportunities on the counter with the space that they have, having someone give him the ball and just go one-on-one. And I think if you have Kai Havertz as well working and being able to do the dirty work and being able to the hold-up play, the link-up play, being able to feed off the midfielders, I think it frees them up a little bit and takes the pressure off.
Are there, you said that it's a bit of a melting pot when you go to games, if you're watching a game, say, in a bar in the States. So are there teams from around Europe? Do you have a German team? Do you have an Italian team? Do you have a Spanish team that you kind of follow?
Yeah, Arsenal for sure. That I think identity-wise, it just makes a lot of sense for me. And I went to my first Arsenal match a couple years ago, and they lost against Brighton, and all my Arsenal friends were like, "Oh, you're baptized in. This is what it is." Real Madrid, I was on that run with them. I went to a bunch of games during that 2022 year when they won the Champions League, and just Benzema just scoring hat trick after hat trick, and that was unbelievable. And it goes back to the '98 World Cup when you see R9, you see Zidane, and I mean they're all on the same team. Yeah, it's just insane for a child growing up to have that experience. So Bundesliga is still up in the air. I've been to St. Pauli. I've been to Union Berlin. Both of them just fantastic clubs. And
hipster choices.
Very hipster choices.
Yeah, the St. Pauli experience is supposed to be pretty incredible. Yeah.
I was at Haasfall, St. Pauli, the Hamburg Derby. Was it match day 2, I think it was? And there's a chance I'll be coming back again for the Hamburg Derby next week, actually. This time at St. Pauli.
So, you're too young. I've got a couple of games in the last World Cup, but you're probably too young to remember that. Almost certainly too. Well, you are too young to remember that. So, what's the mood then? What's the mood in the States about this World Cup?
I think a lot of people are excited. I really do. Obviously, there's other things at play in terms of what's going on in America, which is very interesting to see how that will clash with, having international, a presence of people coming in the games when, some of them may have struggles getting visas. But I think with the diversity that you find within the States, it's so dope. You hear the story about Cape Verde and a lot of people finding out about this nation and what they were able to accomplish going through CAF and making it to the World Cup. But there's a great Cape Verde community in Boston.
Okay.
And if you've been to Boston, you would understand that, and you've been around them. They're very present in Boston. And so it gives an opportunity to highlight these different communities. Little Haiti in Miami gives an opportunity to highlight that. Curacao, I've spent a lot of time in Amsterdam lately, and being able to be around them, and Suriname, I'm wearing a Suriname hoodie right now as they're going through the playoff. I think that's the beauty in what you're seeing, is that there's going to be some sort of representation one way or another within the United States in itself. And it'd be great to highlight those communities and the fabric in which they play in America.
What about the ticket prices?
That's a whole other story, my friend.
It's not playing well here. We're hearing there's not been a great pickup from some of the England fans. Certainly, everybody's trying to get the £45 tickets, and there's not a lot of those. So, are Americans a bit put out by just how expensive the tickets are?
It's ridiculous, but this is what it is. We pay 5-6 times more for a friendly game than what you would pay here in the UK for a Premier League match. I'm always amazed that one NBA or NFL game can cost the season tickets for some of these top flight teams here in the UK. So there's a world in which people kind of understand this is the price and this is the demand in the US, but I think it's absolutely absurd.
I think that's to do with the different way the sports are funded, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a central pool in NBA and in the NFL.
Yes.
It's a central pool that all the players take from. That's why you get so much access. That's why you get so much media, is because everyone's working towards the same goal.
We're here. If Liverpool tries to raise their tickets, they're protesting in an hour, So, which is beautiful to see, that the protection of it, the community of it, that I think in America, there is community, don't get me wrong, but for financial purposes, if you're trying to go to a big game, it's just going to cost a lot of money, unfortunately, and everyone knows it.
One of the other concerns is the weather. There's not much we can do about that.
Yeah.
Well, we saw in the World Club Cup just how games were affected and people just sitting around for an hour and a half while storms cleared and stuff. Has that been a bit of a talking point in the States?
To a certain extent, it has. Funny enough, I was a pitchside reporter for the global feed of the Club World Cup. And the biggest concern, I would say, is dehydration. Because I was on pitch side for some of those games, and I had to run inside to go get water. It was, and mind you, I grew up in Texas, so I'm used to humid summers. I went to school at Arizona State, so I'm used to 120 degrees. I'm used to any kind of very extreme heat weather. That summer was ridiculous. And I could not even imagine what it was like for the players to experience that. So some of these things, I know people are talking about the cooling breaks and stuff and the issues and the commercialization of it, but I think these things will actually be very essential, because even going to games, the struggle of just being able to find water was a huge issue at the Club World Cup that hopefully that can resolve here. But as far as the storms go, Americans were so used to that by now. The lightning delays, et cetera, that happen. We've seen it happen. It's in NFL games. We'll see it happen in any sort of outdoor venues, especially MLS as well. So that part of it is like, I guess, just a cultural perspective. But it'll be interesting when you're getting down to the final match day and you got all these games going on at the same time. And, if one gets delayed or lightning strike, how that can throw off things. So it's interesting.
Well, I'm sure if England needed 2-0 win, we'll find a way to get a delay, Paul.
I'm sure we can.
See if we need it or not.
So where can we sort of follow what you're up to in the build up to the World Cup, Mark?
Yeah, a lot of it's on Twitter and Instagram. More Instagram these days.
Yeah.
Master_Tesfatsion, working with different networks in the States, working with different people in the UK. And so the biggest thing, though, is, working on a project that I got funding for to become the Anthony Bourdain of football. And in the space in which U.S. becomes more and more open to the sport, becoming the guy that can show you what these sports clubs and organizations are built off of and the communities in which they were raised off of, whether it's factory workers, et cetera, and being able to show generations afterwards of what is existing of this and the identity they defined of it. So that's more so what I'm working on right now with different clubs. And so, I'm excited. Hopefully that'll launch after the World Cup.
Brilliant. I'm sure we'll talk again before the World Cup. Good to see you.
Likewise,
Thanks
guys.
for coming in.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
That's Master Tesfatsion there. And I'm sure we'll be hearing from him, as we said, in the build-up to the World Cup, which we'll bring you here on talkSPORT. Birthday Spread is up next. And just a reminder, the latest episode of How to Win the World Cup is available now on the talkSPORT YouTube channel. Manu Petit is alongside Matt Ford and Alex Brooker. And he talks a bit about Zinedine Zidane, who we mentioned earlier on, with Terry Gibson as a possible return to Real Madrid. So go and check them out. And of course, that red card in the final of 2006. That's all available at the talkSPORT YouTube channel and all podcast platforms.
There's something wrong with the culture at Spurs, and the senior players must take responsibility for their poor run of form. That's according to former Tottenham player and coach Gus Poyet.
I think life at Tottenham, as a Tottenham player, is too easy. You cannot be so good to win a European competition and finish 17th in the league.
Well, Spurs have appointed Carlos Rafael Mawson, known as Rafi, as Director of Football Operations. Now, Leroy Rosenior has put Robert Sanchez's mistakes down to how he's asking his Chelsea keeper to play. Meanwhile, former Blues defender Scott Minto has given his verdict on the new boss.
I do understand the Chelsea fans of saying, perhaps his CV hasn't justified being a Chelsea manager, but we live in different times now, and all I would ask for is give him a chance.
We understand Sir Jim Ratcliffe and owners Joel and Avram Glazer are all in Manchester to show Michael Carrick's support. His first game in charge of Man United is home to City this Saturday lunchtime. That's live on talkSPORT. But former England assistant Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank says the perfect permanent manager at Old Trafford is actually Gareth Southgate.
Because he is good with the press, he's good with the players, he's good with young players. He knows the game inside and out.
And out of favour, England off-spinner Shoaib Bashir has joined Derbyshire on a 2-year deal.
After all the excitement of the Motorway Services Cup draw, we move on to the main course, the birthday spread. 10 birthdays. Andy Jacobs has collated them.
Oh, yeah.
It's the job of myself and Charlie to try and guess the ages of the people he's come up with. Some will know, some we won't. A margin of error will build, because we won't get them all right unless we've just cheated and read all the papers all week. And the one with the lowest margin of error is the winner. You play along at home. Tell us how you're getting on at half-time. Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, Paul. And did the courier arrive with the birthdays for you last night?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Hidden in plain sight.
I've had a good look. I've really spent a lot of hours.
I know what's going on.
I've been cramming. Jeff Peters keeps score. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Good afternoon, everybody. Paul was victorious last week. His first back-to-back win since June.
Wow. So it just tells you what a battle, what a ding-dong-do this has been. Should we get underway? Here's Pele and Sergio Mendes.
Okay, first birthday this week. Fine actress from Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, yeah.
It's Faye Dunaway.
Wow.
Faye Dunaway. And she's recently discovered weight loss jabs.
Oh, yeah.
But seems to be overdoing them. I said to her, "You're fading away. You're fading away."
Oh, that's good. You're fading away.
That's very good.
That's a solid start.
What a strong start.
That's a solid start.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. So, Faye Dunaway, well, she's got to be getting on now, hasn't she, with respect?
Didn't sound very respectful, Paul.
Well, no, I mean, she just, it comes to us all, doesn't it?
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. Windmills of my mind. I'd say she's 82.
82.
Somebody keeps trying to phone me. What's wrong with this?
Who's ringing you?
So annoying.
Somebody who doesn't listen to
during
the show.
Birthday spread. Who would do such a thing?
It's.
Oh, no, don't say it. Don't
say it. I didn't hear anything.
He hasn't had a guest yet. We didn't hear it. It doesn't matter.
But at least you concentrate on the show. I'm going to say 84.
We didn't hear what you said, Andy, so it's fine. What is it?
Ridiculous.
What is the age?
Oh, 85.
Oh, okay. So, Jeff, pick the bones out of that. Where are we at?
Charlie in the lead on 1. Paul is on 3.
Okay.
we are, lovely,
3-1,
yeah,
good start for
3-1.
Charlie. On to birthday number 2, Charlie's guess this one first.
And birthday number 2 is the record producer and musician T-Bone Burnett.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty annoyed with him, actually. He's ruined a big gamble I had planned for the Cheltenham Gold Cup by lumping on so much money. The horse is now favourite. I really could have done without that T-Bone stake.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Very nice. T-Bone Burnett.
He had a couple of hits, didn't he, in the UK? Was it Toe the Line? A song called Toe the Line? It was a big
You
hit.
seem to know a lot about him, Paul.
No, I just remember
been on his
that song.
Wikipedia page recently, have you?
I just remember that song.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
The Paperboy.
Yeah.
T-Bone Burnett. I don't know is the problem.
Okay.
65. Nowhere near
I
it.
think he might be a bit older. Because
yeah,
it was
I
sort
think.
of that hit was late 70s, early 80s.
Here it comes.
80.
Here it comes.
You said 65. No, okay. 79. 79.
78.
Oh.
Unbelievable, isn't
I didn't know.
It's such bad acting.
No.
Oh, I think, 80. No. Oh, just make it look. Oh, no. Ding dong. The Paperboy delivers. The Paperboy. What a waste of time. Are we still playing this? Carry on.
What's the scores, Jeff?
Paul 1 out onto 4. Charlie 13 out onto 14.
Okay. Still a very early days, Charlie.
A waste of
Very early
time.
days. Birthday number 3.
It's that fine actress from Bridgerton, Adjoa Andoh.
Oh, yeah.
Adjoa Andoh.
Yeah.
And she used to run a radio presenting school in a small seaside town in Kent. I learned everything I know about trailing the next show at Andover.
Nice. Andover.
Andover.
No,
I used to have a joke about Andover, and I was about to tell it.
Yeah, don't tell it.
And I realised I cannot tell it on air.
No, it's good. Well, I'm glad you did it before.
It involves a club.
Yeah.
And
no,
that's all I can say.
Yeah, let's leave it. It's me first.
Yes, go on.
Now, I've not watched Bridgerton. I know your missus was in it.
She was.
Second mention.
She gets a lot.
But
Today,
it's a young cast, isn't it? So I'd say 31.
I think she's older than that.
Oh, really? I don't know.
What am I? 10 behind, am I?
I don't know who it is.
Well, I've got the wrong character.
Yeah, it's a young cast.
Will you say 31?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, just to try and get the points back, 45.
She is, in fact, 63.
Wow.
Ooh, an early problem.
I knew she was a lot older, but I didn't want to go too far.
That is the most I think I've ever been out on any
that was
birthday.
bad.
No.
That was bad.
So this is a kids' game. What's the point of carrying on? What's the scores, Jeff?
Waste of half an hour.
Yeah, that's
So, Paul, you were 32 out on that one, so you're on to 36. Charlie, 18 out on that and on 32. So, 4 in it after 3. That's still very good.
I tried not to. I thought I know she's a lot older than that anyway.
Only I could give my worst ever guess, and I'm still in the game. That's the beauty of the game, and this will be the beauty of the board game when it comes out.
Most sexist game on the radio. Not one woman in it. Look, not one. All 4 of us. Look, just sat here. Just
it's true.
Awful.
It is
I
true.
don't know, the first 3 out of the first 4 names are women.
Yeah,
That's
talking
right,
about
yeah.
women. Yeah. 4 men talking about women. That's nice.
Yeah, loose men it's called.
Loose men, yeah. Okay, birthday number 4, Andy.
Okay, it's the fine TV producer and screenwriter Shonda Rhimes.
Oh, yeah.
Shonda Rhimes. I think she's ER and Grey's Anatomy and all that.
Yeah.
I was working on one of her programs, actually, when she asked me to get the rights of a piece of music by Gilbert O'Sullivan, who completely blanked me. When when she asked me if I'd heard anything from Gilbert, I said to her, nothing rhymes.
Nothing rhymes. There we go. You've got to be a fan of Gilbert O'Sullivan to get that.
That's not his birthday.
No, yeah. So Shonda Rhimes'
birthday. I think she produces.
Shonda Rhimes? No, it doesn't.
No, they are.
Hey,
it's a
that's
quick.
good.
It's a quick topper.
A quick topper.
It needed no setting up.
A quick topper.
So,
well done, Jeff. Keep them quick. Keep them quick.
People want the toppers. I get a lot of requests.
They love the toppers.
They like the quick toppers.
Children love the books. Shonda Rhimes. I think she's the producer of Bridgerton. I think.
Blimey.
I don't know if there's a connection there. I don't know if I get any points for that.
Right, no
points for that.
Just the age.
Her age is 51.
54.
56.
Oh,
good guessing.
So, what's the scores, Jeff?
Paul 2 out onto 38 and Charlie 5 out onto 37. So Charlie's still in the lead by 1.
It's a ding dong.
It's quite easy this week.
A ding dong do this.
Okay.
Into half time, birthday number 5.
Another connection to Shonda Rhimes and Grey's Anatomy. It's the actor Patrick Dempsey. Dempsey. And somehow he's managed to engineer a truce between the warring cricket legends Ian Botham and Ian Chappell. They both got to speak. They both got to speak to Dempsey and make peace.
Very nice.
Nice, yeah, good.
I like that very much.
Patrick Dempsey, fine actor.
Oh yeah, lovely actor.
He's been around a long time, hasn't he? 57.
Patrick Dempsey.
You think he's older than that? You think he's older than that? Do you?
I think so.
Patrick Dempsey.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think if he's the same person I'm thinking of.
Yeah. You're thinking of Patrick Dempsey.
Oh, Paddy Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey. Let's just go round 60.
Well, who's got the paper boy now? He's 60.
Oh, wow. It was just skill, though, wasn't it?
So we got...
Skill.
Yeah, there'd be a...
Excellent. People enjoy it.
We go into half-time with the scores at what, Jeff?
It's Paul 41, Charlie 37, and Andy, I have to say, that's probably your best opening 5 gags ever.
Wow.
Crawler.
Superb.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Jim. That's very kind of you.
Well, there might be a topper coming later. So
okay.
Waiting for Jeff's topper, my new book.
Yes, that's what a play that was.
Waiting for Godot.
Yes.
2 blokes go, can you find a punchline? I can't either.
So it's 41-37 at halftime. Do let us know how you're getting on. Talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. We'll reconvene in a few moments' time for the second half of the birthday spread. We're here, of course, with Tool Station. Pick up your wet weather essentials today. Next stop, Tool Station. H&J Daily podcast will be available at 4 o'clock. If you've missed the first half of the spread, you can catch up. You can hear from Mario Melchiot, and we ran possibly one of the worst ever quiz questions of all time on talkSPORT past Mario, as he was featured in it. Andy will remember it. Denmark was the answer. Anyway, let's get underway with the second half of the birthday spin. Let's find out first how the listeners are faring.
Yeah, Andrew in Basingstoke has been totally undone by a 63-year-old lady he's never heard of. Not the only person. But somehow on 35, it's usually straightforward. Don't listen to Charlie. It's a stupid game. Reese says, I join this stupid game every week. I never do any good. Yet here I am again, guessing ages of people I've never heard of. Great radio. Half time, 36. Not bad, since I've never heard of any of them. Steve from Wincham. What a waste of time. I'm on 27. Customers disturbing my guessing from John at Deb's Ironing Shop. There we are. Giving up now. I'm on 56. I'm going to go and stand outside in the rain. That's Corgi in Bedford. And 66 out in this stupid game. Burned at the stake after 2. Looking to make changes. Dave from Skem. There we are.
Thank you very much, Dave from Skem, and everybody who got in touch. And good afternoon to all the kids on the school run. Often dads and mums play on the school run.
Kids will love this. It's right in there, up their street.
Anyway, it is a stupid kids game, but they're kids, so they don't mind.
It's a waste of half an hour.
Charlie leads us off for the second half. Birthday number 6, Andy.
Looking forward to Jeff's topper.
Yes. Now, you may notice I've got a different background this week.
I did notice that. Yeah.
I'm in a different room for those who
right, you're in a different room.
Different wing. He's in a different wing.
Different wing. No, this is the room where I watch all the football and do all my work.
Nice.
And here I've got, look at all my memorabilia. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Clyde Drexler gave me this, Charlie. It's a notebook made out of basketball material.
Oh, fantastic.
It's great. Clyde came in, he's an NBA legend. He came in and Andy said, I like your pad. He said, do you want it?
Gave it to him. That's nice, isn't it?
No, lovely thing.
When Andy said he had a different background this week, I thought you meant, what, you suddenly from France?
I am, yeah.
He doesn't do the voice. That little Daddles the duck behind him, I bought him that in Australia.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know if it's still working. Does it still quack?
Make a
Okay,
noise
it's a long
now,
time ago.
unfortunately.
Change the batteries. So anyway, move on. Quick, birthday number 6.
Come on.
Here we go.
Birthday number 6 is the fine theatre director, artistic director and Theatre Royal, the Royal National Theatre, etc., Sir Trevor Nunn.
Oh, yes. Double denim he wears.
Double denim.
He?
Famously wears double denim.
A lot of people can't carry that on.
Sorry, carry on.
No, I know him actually because he refereed one of our Sunday morning games once. He was utterly useless.
Oh, yeah.
He missed every decision. The players went mad with him when he turned down a Stonewall penalty.
Yeah.
They shouted, "None so blind he cannot see."
Oh, nice.
Theatre reference in there as well.
Now.
Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Go on, then, Jeff.
Settle
down.
down.
Yeah.
Now, Sir Trevor and his family went to a Caribbean island for a darts tournament.
It's not one of the
sadly,
quick ones, is it?
Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute. Trevor and his family have gone to Caribbean island for a darts tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
But sadly, one of them was killed during a game in Port-au-Prince.
Keep it light.
Keep it light. Kids are listening to this, Jeff.
It was tragic to see one nun dead in Haiti.
Yeah.
Oh, one nun
dead in Haiti.
None dead in Haiti.
We like it.
Liked it. Yeah, it was good.
I quite like it. That's good.
How old is he,
Maybe
Charlie?
you're more of a writer, Jeff.
Yeah.
Bit grim.
Writer, performer, more writer. So, come on, 5 minutes left, Charlie.
I know about that.
What do you reckon?
Trevor Nunn.
88. 84.
86.
Oh, in the
halfway.
middles diddles.
So, I take it it's 43-39, Jeff?
Yep, that's right. Both 2 out on that one. 4 in it, 4 to go.
I'll have the union.
Take Jeff's job as well.
I'll have the union on to me. Okay, I'm number 7. Here we go, Andy.
Number 7 is the geneticist. No, it's number.
Is
Is
it? Yeah.
The geneticist.
Yeah.
That's quite hard to say.
Geneticist.
Sir Walter Bodmer.
Walter
Bodmer. He's just got into the seaside camp property deal with the former British sprint legend John Regis. I can't wait to be a redcoat at Butlin's Bodmer Regis.
I like that. That's really That's a very stupid joke.
It was a stretch, wasn't it? But it was very silly.
What does he do?
He's a geneticist.
What does he do? He's a geneticist. The boy Bodmer, yeah.
No, nothing wrong with geneticism, is there? I mean, nothing wrong with that over the years.
No, of course
Studying Janets.
68.
What is it? 4 out. 4. I'm leading by 4, am I?
Yeah.
72.
90.
Oh, this is a volatile game today. What's the scores, Jeff?
Oh, you're 22 out, so you're on to 65.
Yeah.
And Charlie is 18 out and moves on to 57. So 8 the gap, 3 to go.
Yeah, good game this week. Yeah, good game. What a good game. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Feels a bit cleverer than usual.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We're not playing very well, but it doesn't matter. Birthday number 8.
Choreographer and director Sir Matthew Bourne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Matthew.
And I was supposed to be marking him actually at a charity game when I switched off and he scored easily. I couldn't believe I'd let Bourne free.
Oh,
as
yeah.
free as the wind blows.
I thought he'd set an ultimatum to him and all that.
Yeah,
So anyway,
exactly.
Born free.
How old is he, Matthew Bourne?
Matthew Bourne.
Yeah.
Do you know his identity?
Oh, I think. Oh,
Yeah, it's Matthew. It's Matthew Bourne.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Was he?
No.
I know he's born today.
Yeah.
I know he's Matthew Bourne today. I don't know what it was called yesterday.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? You Bourne 55.
64.
66. That's really interesting.
Oh, good from Paul. That one.
What's that done to the
Very good
scores?
effort there.
Paul 2 out onto 67. Charlie 11 out onto 68. Paul takes the lead.
What
Leads
a
by 1,
game.
2 to go.
What a game.
It's the
Top
one.
level.
It's the one with the lowest score has to kick off on the 10th birthday, and 1 in the lead is not a good place to be.
Paul.
So I need to nose this up. Number 9. Here we go. Number 9.
Okay, a moment of reverence and reflection, please, for one of the birthday spreads. Oldest name.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's Baroness Sally Hamwee.
Baroness Sally
I think
Hamwee.
even from the original one.
I send her a card now. It's got to that stage.
Who can forget that song we always sing when Sally entered the assembly building? Ham we see the Baroness sing, I can't hear up.
Yeah, all right. I had to dump somebody once already.
Hamwee.
Yeah. Sally Hamwee.
Hamwee.
Didn't he used to? He was a footballer, Sally Hamwee, wasn't he?
I can add.
Sally Hamditch. That's it.
I can add it to unappetising Christmas snacks.
Yes.
With Dick Advocat.
They used
and Willy Bolly.
Anyway, her nickname.
It's a very poor champagne.
Yeah. Her nickname.
Willy Bolly, no thanks. Hamwee and Willy Bolly.
Her nickname was Sally Hanwee. Don't ask me why. Anyway, 79. We going with?
I don't know. And what am I? One behind.
Go on then, quickly. Got a minute left.
81.
79.
Oh, the paper boy. He always
She's been in it
delivers.
every year since we've been doing it.
So I stay on 67. Charlie moves on to what, Jeff?
He's on to 70, so 3 in it, 1 to go.
It
Paul
does
to go
me
first.
no favours because you've got
What a
3
game.
as a
Paul,
marker.
look, don't complain about the game.
Okay, here we go.
invented.
1 minute left. Producers in the air.
Okay.
It's getting serious.
He's the president of the Grail Biopharma business in Europe, chief executive of Cancer Research UK
Yes.
from 2007 to 18, Sir Harpal Kumar. Sir Harpal Kumar. And I was at a summer party with him, actually. I was wearing a white suit, which he ruined by spilling a whole glass of red wine on me. I tried everything to remove the stain, but I couldn't get rid of Harpal marks.
Oh, just give us his years again, Andy. What were his years?
And what does he do? And what's his name again? And maybe do a little joke.
Yeah. You've got 30 seconds left.
Okay, so Harpal Kumar, President Grail Biopharma Business in Europe, Chief Executive Cancer Research UK, 2007 to 2018.
Didn't have to do it like a horse race.
Okay, and he's coming on back.
And it's over to John Hammer. 73. 73.
Over to Susan Hamwee.
Yeah, 73.
What have I got to get? B, Jeff, 4.
4.
Yeah.
What do you say?
73.
77.
Eagles, he's 61.
Oh! Wow, what a stupid game.
3 straight wins.
What a pointless game.
Yeah.
Why did we
All
bother with that?
79.
No one had heard of any of the people in the quiz.
Yeah.
No one enjoyed any of the jokes.
True.
And like Jeff tried to like lighten the atmosphere a bit, and that was like we needed a minute's silence, like someone was going to get a bugle out half the time. We'll just talk about sport for our
Yeah,
That's what
you know
people
what?
tune in. Well, it's a national radio station.
True.
Talk Sport. There's a clue in the title.
I'm here, buddy.
Oh, well, we've taken that all on board. Thank you for your input there, Charlie. Thank you, Jeff. Catch up
Thank
with
you,
you next
guys.
week.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
2-0 this year, 3 in a row. Well done.
Fantastic. 3 in a row. Thank you, Andy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Pleasure.
I'm back tomorrow with Andy. You're back Saturday with Max.
9 till 11 with Max Rushton, and then 2 till 6 Virgin Radio. Game on. And do listen to Huey Morgan's new show.
Yeah.
Not while I'm on.
Yeah, they're not. Well, that seems a bit counterproductive. driving people to another station when you're on. If your figures drop, you'll know why.
I know why that is, yeah.
Coming up next, this drive with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent. We'll see you tomorrow.